Hello, hello, Shoggoth Unknown here. Welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 3 here on the 5th of February 2023, local time 10:12. And last time we left off here outside of the Granini Gorky lab where we had come here trying to find Sokolov, and he's not here, but we met with this guy Groznyj, and he had all this crazy Metal Gear stuff. And he was like, I love Russia, but like he feels kind of betrayed or whatever, that they're going with the Shagohod over his ideas of the walking tank. And he's like, I'm going to send these documents to my friend in the US, and they look like Metal Gear Rex documents, which is pretty cool. And he told us how to get to Sokolov. So he told us about this other facility that we have to get to and how we need to, it's Groznyj Grad, right? And how to get in there. That there's like this trench or whatever that we can infiltrate through. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the warehouse. We came through a warehouse last time to get here, and we're gonna go back through that to. We have a key now that he gave us, so it's gonna lead us through a different route, basically. So that's about it. Tried to do the quick version this time. The recaps tend to run quite lengthy, and I was like, you know what, let's go. Let's just do it. So there's that doggo here that was annoying. I see him. For a moment I did. He's right there. Can't beat my eye. I am exceptionally tired today, so this should be a good session. I just want to get that out there before it even starts, before anything crazy happens. It's my fault, but it's also not. That's my favorite kind of accepting responsibility. It's like, no, I totally own this, except I really don't.
Just my imagination.
So the actual reason... The dog got up super fast last time, that's why I'm checking him so much. The actual reason behind me being so tired is last night after my Caves of Cut stream, I was up, I had my leftovers and I was relaxing for a bit, and I had watched something recently. A while back I bought Star Citizen. I'm a huge fan of Elite Dangerous, and I have a friend who is really into Star Citizen. Said a lot of good things about it, because there's a lot of like, you know, memes or whatever about how the game is just perpetually in development and everything, and I understand that. But like, I know somebody who plays the game and really enjoys it and speaks highly of it, and I trust their opinion on it. So I thought, you know, and I'm watching videos of like the modern version. Back like last year I was watching some videos. I'm like, yeah, I would enjoy this. Oh, hold on. More like Gene Simmons.
That boat is coated in the venom of the Brazilian wandering spider. Soon a most exquisite pain will engulf your entire body. Your limbs will be paralyzed, your lungs cease to draw breath. Eventually your heart will stop beating. The What fun would that be? Not unwittingly a little. The boss's apprentice. I will give you fear such as you've never experienced before. Come into my web. It is time for you to feel the fear.
Yeah, this game is just outright goofy. Yeah, let's call some people and stuff. Go in this menu. Just wrapping up my thoughts on that real quick. I trusted that person's opinion, so I watched some videos and stuff too. I'm like, yeah, I would enjoy this, so I got it last year, just, 3-4 months ago, and I never got around to playing it. I started playing it last night, and I might describe this later, but I had an unfortunate situation, and I was trying to get my body, and it took like almost 2 hours to do that. And I was like, I want to go to bed, but your body like despawns after 2 hours, and I'm like, does that keep going if I'm offline? I don't know, I guess I'm doing this now. So I didn't get to bed until like 3:30, it was miserable. I was fine last night, but it was miserable this morning because of that. So yesterday when we got to this trap room, I thought we fought the fear at that point, and that's why I took that bathroom break when I did, because I'm like, oh, we got a boss fight and stuff. I was like, I know this screen with all the traps is where we fight him, but I couldn't quite remember. I forgot that you go to that lab first, and yeah, I'll say this. Bosses in these games have always been weird, but this game is where it just, like, something about them in this game is just extra weird to me. You got a guy shooting bees, shooting hornets and stuff, and they, like, materialize a Tommy gun or whatever, and you got this guy, like, dislocating his arms and climbing around like a spider and doing handstands and goofy stuff. It's the weirdest thing, because when he jumped out, like, he can go invisible and he's doing all this weird freaky stuff, and then he's just holding like a regular weapon. It's like, okay.
Snake, are you alright?
You've been shot with a poison bolt. The poison is spreading throughout your body. Your life is going to keep decreasing unless you do something about it. Hurry and neutralize the poison. Go into the survival viewer and use Cure to give yourself a serum injection. The serum will neutralize the poison, but don't forget to treat the bolt wound itself as well. To treat a bolt wound, you'll need your knife, a styptic, and a disinfectant. Use your knife to dig out the bolt, and then apply styptic and disinfectant to the wound. Follow those steps and the wound should heal right up. Now start the treatment. Hurry!
The Fear is using something called stealth camouflage to conceal himself. But you should be able to spot him if you look closely in first-person view. Watch for rustling grass, falling leaves, anything that will betray his presence. Find him and shoot him in first-person view. The Fear's stealth camouflage apparently drains his stamina rather quickly. Once he's used up his stamina, he'll have no choice but to go looking for food. That's your chance. Throw one of your food items to set a trap for him. Plant a claymore or some TNT and lure him into it, or lure him into one of his own traps. Giving him poisoned or rotten food may also work well.
I was about to say it, yeah.
Used properly, your food can be a weapon. You can knock down the Fear's bolts with your gun or knife. If you can't dodge a bolt, go into first-person view and shoot it down.
The idea of being able to make that decision and act on it that quickly. He has shot a bolt at me. I'm not going to be able to dodge this. Let me go into first-person view and aim at it and shoot it down.
Snake, be careful. Those woods are riddled with traps. Watch your step as you go along. Look out for areas of bottomless swamp. Even if you don't trigger a trap, the Fear can still use it to attack you by setting it off himself. Be careful about standing too close to traps. On the other hand, you might be able to use his own traps against him. For example, You could place some food next to a trap and lure him over to it. Use your head. The Fear's stealth camouflage.
All right, now for paramedic.
To treat a bolt wound, you'll need your knife, a styptic, and a disinfectant.
We've heard this, but I'll let her talk anyway.
Use your knife to dig out the bolt, and then apply styptic and disinfectant.
Gives us more time to
the
simp.
wound. Follow those steps, and the wound should heal right up. Now start the treatment. Hurry.
No, I just never know because she said that dialogue in Major Zero's frequency. So I was like, is she going to say something different here?
The Fear coats his poison bullets with venom from the Brazilian wandering spider. The Brazilian wandering spider is said to have the deadliest venom of any spider in the world. It's a potent neurotoxin, so if you get hit by one of the Fear's poison bolts, go to Cure in the survival viewer and inject yourself with serum immediately before it kills you. The rabbits in that area have antibodies that protect them against the venom of the Brazilian wandering spider. They probably built up an immunity from the Fear using them to test his poison bolts.
Oh, that's jacked up.
Catching one of those rabbits will give you some serum. If you run out of serum, go catch a rabbit. The Fear coats his poison...
Snake, the Fear is supposed to be wearing some kind of stealth camo. I don't know how it works exactly, but it seems to refract the light around it somehow to hide the person who's wearing it. This is the best camouflage I've ever seen. It's going to be tough to figure out where he is.
Not with my
That
toys.
doesn't mean he doesn't have a weak point. Apparently, wearing stealth camo really drains your stamina. When he's out of stamina, the camo will stop working. Don't miss your opportunity. Just because he's wearing stealth camo doesn't mean he's not there. You can still figure out his location by using your sensors. Make use of your motion detector and active sonar. The thermal goggles should help you out too. The Fear uses two kinds of crossbows, the Little Joe and the William Tell. The Little Joe is designed for proximity combat. It's not that powerful, but the reload time is short. The William Tell, on the other hand, is used for long-range combat. It takes a while to reload, but it's got loads of stopping power. Be careful. In addition to regular crossbow bolts, the Fear uses a variety of special bolts, like poison bolts and giant bolts. I've even heard he uses bolts with grenades attached to them. If you get hit by any of these, you're gonna take some serious damage. Watch out. The Fear uses...
Alrighty, let's cure that stuff. Alright, we'll just have some serum. We're gonna dig that out. And then we're going to, I guess it's bleeding, right? So we disinfect it and we stop it from bleeding. We don't need to suture it up or anything, okay? Alright. So yeah, I was actually wanting to do this yesterday, but things were going a little slower. I was hoping to have at least finished this fight by the end of yesterday, but it's not too bad. We're in a decent spot. Alright, so as for this, let's put on therms.
Now I'm here.
Ow. Damn it. Didn't give me any poison effect or anything, though.
Take this.
Whoa! It's just a box. Okay, I need to act quickly. So we need to go to the backpack. Remember all that rotten food that I have? I've been saving it for this all along. That's why I haven't dropped any of it. So we get the reticulated pythons. That should be good enough. Now if I equip that, we'll throw it. Where's he at? Got him. Oh, I forgot to take my suppressor off. Oops. It's alright.
The fear! The fear! I see it! The fear!
Alrighty, so now I can get rid of like all the bad food. What is this? Ah, that's it. Cool. So we got his camo now. And he got us some free food. Wasn't it kind of him? Alright, what do I have that's going to go bad? I don't know. Let's eat some noodles.
Delicious.
I like to imagine he just ate them dry. Why not, right? Okay, let's call some people up. And we need to talk about a few of these. We haven't talked about chocolate chip. So let's just start talking to Sigint. He might also talk about the fear or something first.
Ah,
Nope.
you're wearing the chocolate chip pattern.
Chocolate chip? You mean this camouflage?
Yeah.
I've never heard of a camo pattern called that before.
Yeah, I know. I just thought it up right now. The chocolate chip pattern is probably designed to provide cover in a desert environment. It should work best against a sandy or rocky background.
Makes sense, but why'd you call it chocolate chip?
'Cause that's what it reminds me of.
What?
Those little round cookies that Major's always snacking on?
They're not cookies, they're scones.
Major!
And it's not a snack, it's afternoon tea.
Snack, tea, same thing?
No, it's not. Look here, afternoon tea is a fine old English tradition.
Uh-oh, here we go again. Talk to you later, Snake.
The origins of afternoon tea go back to the Victorian era. Anna Maria, the 7th Duchess of Bedford, was...
RIP.
Your field uniform is not just a set of threads to wear. To get the max effect out of your camouflage,
Yeah, we don't care about that. That's stuff we've already heard in one form or another. Alright, we haven't talked about... I think we have talked about snow. We haven't talked about... fly. We'll talk about spider. That's gonna drain my stamina too, if you look at it. Yeah, I need to stop. It was going fast already. It doesn't make you invisible, but it makes your camo index really high.
if you do set off a trap and an arrow or a spiked pendulum comes flying your way, you can still dodge it by immediately diving out of the way.
No comment on the suit?
If you do...
What the hell? I swear he has dialogue for it. I watched a playthrough, like, mid to late last year. And I thought I remembered dialogue for that.
Pit traps and snares are camouflaged into the ground.
Okay, whatever. We don't want to talk about this one either. So, we'll take a look at, Spider. It doesn't say anything else. I think Animals was from Ocelot, but I might be wrong. Because I mentioned that yesterday, but it doesn't say. But these, look at that, plus 45. Is there anything... Yeah, nothing's even remotely this good. We'll go Tiger Stripe. The only thing better is Spider. Yeah. And that's going to be how it is. We just don't want to use it because of the stamina. And I'm not a fan of that. I've talked about that. I don't like the way that system works. Alright, let's call some people.
According to Granin, you should be able to get to the mountains through a passage located deep in the jungle beyond the warehouse. Start out by going back to the warehouse. Use the key you got from Granin to open the door and proceed into the jungle. You remember where the door is, don't you? It's directly north of the door you went in when you came from the aqueduct. According to Granin, you should...
Alright, not much going on here.
Snake, there should be fly agaric mushrooms growing in that
Yes.
area. The fly agaric is a relative of the death cap mushroom that grows only in that region. You'll find it growing on the ground, but it's poisonous, so if you pick one up, don't eat it. If you do eat one, go into the survival viewer immediately and use Cure to take some antidote. The poisons found in the fly agaric include phallotoxins and amatoxins. It says here that when you eat it, the initial symptoms include nausea, stomach pain, and diarrhea. Finally, your liver and kidneys will break down into a sponge-like substance and you die.
Sounds like a horrible way to die.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So how does it taste?
Huh?
How does it...
Were you listening to me? The fly agaric is poisonous.
I heard you, but if I did eat it, it might taste good, right?
I give up. That area is home to the reticulated python.
It's the largest
The
snake.
reticulated python is said to be the longest snake.
Nothing else?
Snake, do you know what epinephrine is?
Adrenaline.
What's with the questions?
Well, do you?
No,
Also known as adrenaline?
never heard of it.
Really?
Nope.
I have.
Epinephrine
For you.
pens.
Do you want to hear about it?
Not really.
Oh, I think you should hear about it.
Here we go.
So, epinephrine is a type of hormone. It's secreted from the adrenal glands in high-stress situations, like when you're exercising or you're under pressure. The epinephrine is released into the bloodstream and stimulates special receptor cells on various organs throughout the body. This causes the heart to beat faster, the blood vessels to constrict, and the respiratory passages to expand. It also raises blood pressure. You ever notice how you're faster and stronger than normal when you're under stress? That's because of epinephrine, and when you're bleeding, it...
Paramedic.
Yeah,
Is there a point to all of this?
of course. In the alert phase, your body secretes epinephrine, and so your stamina won't be depleted as fast.
Uh-huh.
There, good thing I told you, huh?
As always.
That's actually a really interesting mechanic. You do use stamina very quickly in this game. And that's a good way of explaining the game mechanic of not draining your stamina as fast when you're in alert. Because that's the one time you really need stamina. And it's like, yeah, we drain your stamina a little bit too fast to be enjoyable if you're in active combat. Because you're just gonna be, it's gonna be miserable.
Snake, that area is inhabited.
We've already heard about that. Anything else?
Snake, that area is inhabited.
We've already heard about those. Okay. Let's just go to the next screen and then we'll save. So yeah, that was a My quick equip is not working. Wonder why. What is that? Oh, that's the frog. Poison dart frogs are so cool. Also, I think there is a... one of the Kermit things in the tree somewhere here. In one of the trees. I don't know how they show up, like if they would show up with the thermals. Yo, hey there, buddy. I can't get that? Oh, I can. Don't hit the trap. Good.
Snake, that area
I think
is
that's what I
inhabited
got.
by magpies. Magpies
We've
are
heard about them,
dark-blue
though.
white birds with long tails.
I wondered if she was going to say something about us having caught one. Yeah, I really got to thank the Fear for giving us some free food during that. So the thing is, I don't remember if I said this or not. I'm tired. We kind of stomped his ass. Like, we absolutely demolished him. And it was kind of funny. Like, I didn't expect it to go that well. But one of the things that worked out really well is we were taking the food. So I kept getting good shots on him. And then we kept taking the food when he would, like, shoot something down. Here it is, good. We kept taking the food when he would shoot something down. So eventually he would have gone for that rotten food that I put down. But because there was still other food in the area, he kept trying to get it. And then we were just like, nope, I'm taking that. I'm going to shoot you before you get it. And yeah, that worked out. It worked out very well. What's going on, Tusk? Hello. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Oh, so that reminds me, before I go, just a quick aside, because I was telling this story a minute before the boss fight, and it's just an amusing anecdote. So back on the Star Citizen thing real quick, when I said an incident happened that caused me to spend like 2 extra hours, I was learning the game. I played it one time years ago on a free weekend or something, and it was a very different game, and I mean, I don't remember anything, and a lot's probably changed. You know, a lot has changed. So I got started. It took me a little while. I figured out how to get to my ship and everything, and I'm flying around, you know. I want to just test things out. I fly up into space. I stop, and I open up the ramp on the back of my ship, and I just walk out onto the ramp. And the physics get a little jank, a little bouncy when I'm on it, but it's okay. You know, the ship is stationary, there's no problems. That seemed fine. So then I keep flying out into space. I set a target for somewhere, and I'm just flying in that direction. I set my ship at like max speed. We're booking it, and I keep it moving at that speed. I get out of my seat, I walk back there, I open up the ramp, I walk out onto the ramp, and where the physics get like jank and bouncy, it turns out at that point you're no longer attached to the ship. So suddenly I'm now floating around in space, and by the time I can turn around, my ship is like 15 kilometers away or something. And it's just booking it, like multiple kilometers per second, basically. Well, I don't think multiple, but because I think it was going like maybe 1,200 meters per second, so about 1.2 kilometers per second. But it was gone. Like, I'm not catching up to my ship, you know, floating around on my own. So eventually, I could have put out like a rescue beacon thing or whatever, but I just accepted the death because I didn't know how that was going to work. So I basically, you know, I guess you cut off your life support, and then you respawn in the hospital. And I'm wearing a hospital gown, and I'm like, in my inventory stuff, I can see the local inventory has like another suit I could put on, but I can't figure out how to put it on. So I'm sitting there like, I'm dragging it over myself, it won't put it on or anything, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, I'll go get my ship, and maybe, you know, maybe I can do it when I'm in my ship or something. So I run all the way back, I you know, recall, I get a new, I like, you know, pull in a new ship, basically. And I I get in that ship, I forget to check. I take off, I fly, 100 kilometers into space, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still wearing my hospital gown. What's going on? I'm not going to be able to go out into the vacuum of space like that, right? So I check, and there's nothing in my inventory because it was all the local inventory on that planet, not in my ship. I had to turn back down, turn back around, go all the way back down, land, and then figure out that all I had to do was unequip the damn hospital gown before I could equip the suit. But I didn't figure that out until after I bought a new suit as well. So that was fun. I fly back up into space, and I fly the couple hundred, like 250 kilometers to get to my body, and your body's only supposed to last for 2 hours. I think it was less than 2 hours, but I couldn't find anything. And I may have actually hit the remnants with my ship when I was going in there, because I didn't know how that was going to work either. I hopped out of my ship and started flying all around the place, and I couldn't find anything. So I lost my, starting suit and gun and stuff. And it was a whole ordeal. And that kept me up until, 3:30 last night. And then on Sunday mornings, I go to the grocery store and all that, so I'm up at, 7:30. And I did not get a lot of sleep. I'm feeling okay. Oh, shit. No! That's bad. Damn. Shotgun? From where? Up here? No. Ah! There we go. Well, we're off to a good start. Alright, it'll be okay. We'll get through it today. Yeah, I had a lot of fun testing that game out last night, though. What an uncomfortable position this guy's in. Look, he's sitting. He's just sitting down. I had a lot of fun testing that out, and I considered it would be something that I would want to do on stream at some point to capture the early experiences of learning that game. Okay, it's not this door, it's the next area, right? Yeah, it's the next area. Pretty sure. Or it's this one? Yeah, because we haven't gone this way. Okay. Oh, I forgot to save. Let's hear about a new movie.
Saving the game, Snake?
What's this one going to be about? The Nipple Eaters from Mars. Something goofy like that. Yeah, so Gene Simmons, though. We just beat Gene Simmons, right?
Snake, have you seen Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb?
What?
That's one movie?
Have you seen it?
No.
It's about this insane American Air Force commander who sends a bomber out to drop an H-bomb on Russia. It's a black comedy.
Doesn't sound very funny to me.
The actor who plays Dr. Strangelove also plays two of the other main characters. It's actually kind of funny once you get past the scary parts. It just came out this year, so I bet you could still go and see it.
Maybe when I'm in a lighter state of mind, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, we're a little injured, by the way, but I'm just gonna let that work itself out. It'll be fine. What are these? Oh. That's really good. Just easy medicine. Oh, that was a cool shot. That bird just flying right into the screen. Oh, I was about to call people anyway.
Snake, are you there?
Eva, where are you?
In the fortress, in Groznyj Grad. Dr. Sokolov is here too.
Is he all right?
He's fine. Right now he's busy putting the finishing touches on the Shagohod.
Good. That means they haven't killed him.
Not yet anyway, but you better hurry. They've already finished the Phase 2 tests. Once the final preparations are complete, they'll have no more use for him. The Colonel won't have any qualms about killing him if he thinks the CIA is closing in.
Eva, you can't let Sokolov out of your sight.
I know. Snake, do you know where Groznyj Grad is?
Grannon told me that I should be able to get there from the mountains to the north, through an underground tunnel.
Grannon told you?
Yeah, he even gave me the key to the warehouse.
Why?
'Cause he was drunk, I guess.
You've got to be kidding me.
Hell if I know.
Snake, there's one problem with that route.
What problem?
The mountain entrance to the underground tunnel that leads to the fortress is sealed. You need a key to get in.
A key? What about the key Grannon gave me?
That key won't work. But don't worry, I'll figure something out. I have an idea. There are some ruins at the top of the mountains. Meet me there.
The top of the mountains. Got it.
Wait, there's something else I've got to tell you.
Now what?
I heard that one of the Cobras is waiting for you in the jungle at the foot of the mountains. He's a legendary sniper called the End.
Yeah, I've seen him before. That ridiculously old guy, right?
Don't underestimate him. He's known as the father of modern sniping.
Is he alone? No spotter?
None. He's all by himself. Apparently, he doesn't need a spotter.
You can't be serious.
The entire forest is on his side.
The forest?
Stay alert.
Yeah, I'd hate to have it be the end for me.
Wait. With that pawn? I love it.
Snake, have you been contacted by Eva?
Yeah, she said we'd meet up in the ruins at the top of the mountains. She also said she picked up the key to get into the tunnel that leads to Groznyj Grad.
Good. Hurry to the rendezvous with Eva. Head for the mountains. Proceed north through the woods. There's an entrance to a mine shaft at the far northeast corner. Climb up the shaft and you'll come out in the mountains. Head north,
I'm on it.
but stay on your toes. Isn't the Cobra unit sniper lying in wait for you?
Yeah, the end. But there's no other way.
Watch yourself. Your opponent is a legendary sniper. Your fight with the End will likely be a long and grueling one. You should stock up on battle necessities like ammunition and provisions now, while you still can. Snake, that forest is immense. It's too dangerous to proceed without adequate information. Give Eva a call.
Anything else?
Major,
Yes?
I was just wondering, why do they call you Zero?
What do you mean?
We go back a long ways, but I just realized I never asked you why you're called Zero.
You want to know where it comes from?
Yeah, if that's all right.
That's a bit nostalgic, really.
Nostalgic.
The first British intelligence outfit was established in 1909. The head of the Foreign Intelligence Division was a man named Mansfield George Smith Cumming. He was referred to simply as C after the first letter of his last name. Since then, out of respect for Cumming, the heads of the SIS have traditionally taken the name of C.
And James Bond's boss is called M.
That's right. I myself was once known as O.
And that's where Zero comes from?
Precisely. In another sense, though, it signifies a ghost, one whose true identity must remain a mystery, the primogenitor of the solo sneaking operation.
Is that so?
That was cool.
Snake, remember that this operation is a solo sneaking mission. We'll be providing you with support over the radio, but out in the field, you're on your own. There's no backup. And there's no way you'll survive a battle with a large enemy contingent.
Yeah, we get all this.
Avoid engagement whenever possible. Your highest priority in this mission is staying out of
You know,
sight.
having played this game before, having seen other people's playthroughs, I still don't think I knew about his, the reason he's called Zero.
Snake, you've got a gunshot wound.
It's okay, it'll heal itself.
When you get shot, you'll sometimes suffer a gunshot wound. The chance of suffering a serious injury is especially high at close range. When you have a gunshot wound, your maximum life will decrease depending on its severity. Gunshot wounds will heal naturally over time, but if you want it to heal faster, go into Cure in the survival viewer and treat it. To treat a gunshot wound, you...
Listen, paramedic, I'm not some kind of pussy. I'm a real man. When I get shot, I incorporate the bullet into my being. I become one with the bullet, okay? It makes me more of a man.
When you fire continuously with a gun like the assault rifle, the recoil will cause your shots to veer off target. But if you crouch or lie down, you can suppress the recoil and keep a tight fire pattern. So when you gotta hit that bullseye, take a low position.
The name of that forest is Sviato Gorny. In Russian, it means something like the sacred mountain path. The name comes from an old folk tale about mountain spirits who passed through there on their way to Sokrovieno, the forest to the north. Head north and you'll come to Sokrovieno. The tunnel that leads to the mountains is in the northern area of Sokrovieno. I'll meet you in the ruins at the top of the mountains. I'll give you the key to the tunnel leading to Groznyj Grad when you get there. Remember, go north. But Sokrovieno is also where...
I know. The end, right?
Yeah. One of the Cobras, the End, is waiting for you in Sokrovieno. He's a legendary sniper. Until you defeat him in battle...
I won't be able to move on.
Right.
Then I'll just have to beat him.
I guess you will.
Eva,
What?
I couldn't get a hold of you for a while there. What were you doing?
What do you think I was doing?
That's what I'm asking you.
That's private.
Why are you asking me that?
Because I want to know, that's why.
Want to know what?
Will you stop answering my questions with questions?
Are you mad?
Um,
See ya. Now all you have to do is follow the tunnel north to the mountains of Krasnogorye. But you might want to swing around east first. There's a provision storehouse there. Head north and you'll come to Sokorovieno. The tunnel that leads to the mountains is in the northern area of Sokorovieno. I'll meet you in the ruins at the top of the mountains. I'll give you the key to the tunnel leading to Groznyj Grad when you get there. Remember, go north. Just be careful. One of the Cobras, the End, is waiting for you in Sokrovieno.
So,
He's a legendary sniper.
this is not a spoiler for the game, but once we get to that rendezvous that she's talking about, there's a great moment in DSP's playthrough of this game where he is told exactly what to do by the game. Like, the game does. It's like, hey, here's your objective. Here's what you need to do. Here's where you need to go. And he's not paying attention. And he does a lot of really stupid and funny things. It's just a classic moment. I'll actually talk about it once we get there. Like, I'll actually show what it is. What is that? Oh, it's just a bunch of plants. Oh no, it's a different plant. Just what the doctor ordered. Cool. The one problem I have right now is I don't know what east is. She said I might want to swing around east for the provisions, but I don't really have a sense of direction. I guess this would be east. The way the camera's facing. And I didn't see anywhere to go over here, so she might mean the other places I've already been. I don't want to go back there. So we're gonna keep going this way. Okay, apparently this is west, not north. So what I was looking at is the red thing on the compass there. I was thinking that, or on the motion detector, I was thinking that might be north. Which, you know, is somewhat logical. Oh, we healed. Well, actually, no, it didn't mean we were heading west. We're just in the western area, and also, we do have a map we could check. I haven't used that, like, ever in this playthrough yet. So, if I want to go east, it's gonna be this way, I guess. Let's take another look at it, just to make sure I have my bearings correct. Yeah, okay, so this is leading out to the east a little bit. And this might be where I can get the provisions that we were promised. Just keeping things away from me. Is that a path? What in the hell? Let's check it out. I think this literally links the two sides to each other. Take another look at it. Yeah, it doesn't do much. Like we could walk there on our own. Oh, that rat was scurrying. His little feet were moving. I love it. Rats are kind of cool. I don't think I've ever interacted with one, but I hear they make good pets. They're really smart. We have an obvious trap here. Oh. I was gonna say, I think I hear two guys. Or rather, I think I hear a second guy. Couldn't exactly hear the first one. Not the suppressor that I want. I want like 37 suppressors for this Mark 22. I would have just disabled the suppressor braking mechanic, honestly. It's little things like that, like I said, that are reasons I don't like this game as much. Is this a new area? Hopefully I'm gonna get to the provisions. If they're out this way. Otherwise we're just gonna kind of run around and explore. No? Oh my god, it's doing the thing. Oh no, I hit him. Never mind. So there's a thing in games where sometimes things that you can see through you can't like actually shoot through them. It's just a transparency layer. The model still exists. I thought it was one of those. Okay, where are we? This place is big. Okay, we can go that way. There's also another route over here. Do they lead to the same place? Do they lead to different places? Who knows? But let's check it out. This is more east than the other one, I think. But they might lead to the same place. Why?
What's wrong?
Dude, just die. I could have tried to go for the headshot and I intentionally didn't because I wanted him to fall out, but it takes a lot longer to knock them out on this game than Metal Gear Solid 2. Like in Metal Gear Solid 2, you, like 2 shots to the body should be enough. Give me a suppressor. Nope. But you see, that's cool because they did go into caution, but it didn't stick because no one else was there to see it. Oh, there's a guy inside.
Just my imagination.
With any luck, he'll come out to wake these guys up.
What's that? What's that?
Ha! What a dork. So obviously no one's in that room. I don't think anyone's in there. Come on, suppressor. Let's go. Not the one I wanted. Why is that? That's suspicious, that hole. Almost like you could crawl through it, but you can't. Yeah, it's not the one I wanted. But I did get a mark. Okay, we got a mark 22. A hush puppy. What is this? M63 light machine gun. I like how light machine guns are like actually big old beefy boys. But it's because most people don't know, most like just average people don't know what a machine gun is. I'm not trying to say I'm so much smarter. Just I think people have an idea of what a machine gun is. And it's not what they think. Like a machine gun would be more like what we were looking at here with these like turreted, these gun emplacements. That's usually what you're probably referring to, like a heavy machine gun like that. But LMGs are big old beefy boys. Yeah, that's a proper machine gun right there. Anything down here? Nah. You know what time it is? Actually, that's perfect. It's wrong button. Anything... Pretty tasty. We'll eat this.
Not so great.
Aw. I guess this one's okay.
This is really good.
No! Became sleepy. What do I do? Wiggle the stick? I don't know. There we go. Did it fast forward time? Did these other guys wake up now? No, good. I know that sounds odd, but... I didn't know if it made me sleep for as long as they would sleep. Now everyone's gonna be hungry. This is back where I was at. What's up with these dudes?
Just my imagination.
These are the ones I knocked out earlier, right? They already woke up? Glad they didn't hear the TNT. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the other screen now. And then we can go north to get out of here. Yep, they're hungry. My work paid off already.
Huh? Who was that?
No! Good. Wouldn't it be funny if one of them dropped a ration? Oh, because I already looted them. I didn't know it kept track. Since we reloaded the zone, I thought it would be new. Oh, we're in south.
I beg of you, grant me the strength to take this final prey. Let me linger in this world just a little longer. I have already slept enough for one lifetime. Enough for an eternity. You have my thanks. I have to thank you for waking me. If you hadn't shown up, my sleep would have been eternal. Do you hear me, Snake? I am the end. I am here to send you to your ultimate fate. You'll make a fine quarry for my final hunt.
Eva, I found that sniper you were talking about.
That's the end. He's a legend, known as the father of sniping.
I've got experience sniping in urban and marine environments.
What about the forest?
Never.
I see. Well, that forest is divided into 3 areas, a river, a plateau, and a clearing. He should be lying in wait for you in one of those places.
Sounds like this may take a while.
It'll be a test of endurance. Be careful, though. From what I've heard, the End has an almost supernatural knack for camouflaging himself.
So, whoever moves first loses. This guy's over 100 years old, though, so I should have the advantage in terms of stamina.
I wouldn't be so sure if I were you.
Why's that?
I've heard that his body is photosynthetic, like a plant.
What is he, some kind of monster?
On top of that, he can speak to the forest, too.
So in other words, he knows it inside out.
Uh-huh. But he doesn't know you. I'm sure you can beat him.
Don't worry. I intend to.
All right, so just to make sure, we fill things in on the video for YouTube. Something came up, and I'm actually going to have to end the stream right now. So we're not going to be able to play this again for like another week, unfortunately. So we'll have to get back to this boss fight at that point. No, I'm joking. We're not done. All right, so I just had to take a break there, and I didn't want to interrupt the flow too much for YouTube, but I also had to just clown around for a moment. Let's make some calls now, and let's get started. Major Zero first.
Snake, the End is a veteran sniper. He's hiding somewhere in those woods, waiting for you to appear. If he sees you, he'll shoot without hesitation. Make your way through the forest, hiding along the way, and watch out for signs of the End. Anticipate his movements, and come up on his side or get behind him for a chance to attack. Be careful, the End uses a special kind of tranquilizer round.
If he shoots you with one of those tranquilizer rounds, you'll start to lose stamina fast. When your stamina gauge reaches 0, you'll pass out. If you're hit by a tranquilizer round, go into the survival viewer right away and treat the wound. Use your knife to dig out the needle.
If you run out of stamina, it's all over. Make sure you keep your stamina up by hunting for food on a regular basis. This battle will be a long, grueling sniper duel. But don't let your guard down, not even for a single moment.
Yeah, but to be fair, the less hunting I have to do, the better.
The binoculars and first-person view will prove useful in detecting the enemy's presence. You should also be making use of your motion detector, active sonar, and anti-personnel sensor. You might also try using the directional microphone. The End is a renowned sniper, but he's also an expert in camouflage. He's lying low somewhere in those woods and waiting for his chance. You'll only get yourself shot if you run around like a fool. Use your camouflage to blend in. Take cover behind rocks and trees and find where he's hiding. Make use of your binoculars. Keep a close eye out for the flash from his scope. You can also try using the thermal goggles.
Of course, that's my go-to.
If you run out of stamina, you won't be able to resist the effects of the End's tranquilizer rounds, and you'll end up falling asleep. Hunt for food on a regular basis to keep your stamina level up. If you start to run out of food or ammunition, you should think about leaving the woods and coming back later. In any case, always keep an eye on your stamina gauge. You'll thank me later. Snake.
Socrovieno Forest is a big place. It's times like this that the map function in the survival viewer can be your best friend. Not only does it show you the terrain and the places you've been, but you can also use it to figure out which locations the End has chosen for his sniping positions. Learn the terrain and try to catch the End off guard from behind. Hey, you've got thermal goggles, don't you?
Yep.
Use those and it should make it easier to find the End, even when he's camouflaged. A word of warning, though. I've heard that when he's meshing with the forest, his body temperature drops so that it's just barely above the outside air temperature. He's probably going to be harder to find than your average grunt.
That's interesting. I didn't remember that.
Socrovieno.
All right, you already said that.
I know it's hard to believe, but the End is apparently capable of photosynthesis. He's probably got an edge over you in terms of stamina. You should start hunting for plants and animals and prepare for a battle of attrition. The forest you're in now is known as Socrovieno. The name means the most holy woods. It's been venerated since ancient times as the sacred home of the spirits of the forest. It's the largest and deepest forest in the region and is divided into 3 areas: south, west, and north. Try not to get lost, okay? There's an armory in the southern area. If you need some extra ammo, you might want to pay it a visit. Until you defeat the End, I don't think you'll be able to pass through the forest. You'll have to beat him. There's an armory in the southern area of Socrovieno.
We are in south, right? What did it say we were in? Yeah, we're in south. So these circles, yeah, it actually says there's a legend on the right there. I was going to mention it myself, but those are sniping points. So those are possible areas where I think he can be at. Oops, wrong button. There he is. He's right there by the T and tiger stripe. Just to, yeah, right. You see that? See that scope? So I need to get around him. Sneak up behind him. I don't remember the best way to do it, if stun grenades are good, or if I should just go for headshots. Oh, look what we have here. Don't be standing up, bro. You make yourself easier to spot. Alright, before I crawl out there, let's see what other options I have for camo. I like the idea that face camo would matter here, because we're kind of face down. I mean, it still technically would, but kind of face down. So 75% versus 70%. hope I could do this without alerting him. Because I just want to check this out. There might be ammo in here. Suppressors even. Doesn't look like it. We could rig this and blow it up, but I don't feel like it. Alright, we gotta find our way up there. This is gonna be a bit slow, as mentioned by the game. I'm gonna try to make this go as quickly as I can, but we're going for stamina as always, and we don't really have a long range option for that, you know. Also, let's go ahead and do this. I'll try to capture that one while we're going through here.
Hey, this works.
I feel bad for it, though. I'm not, like, a vegan or anything. I'm not opposed to eating meat, per se, but I still feel bad for him. I eat some meat myself. Is this leading me to another map? There is a tree over there I could climb. That might take me up to where he's at, but I'm afraid that he'll spot me if I do that. Maybe we'll go for it. It might be right out of his viewing angle or something. I'm not sure if you guys could hear that, but I had a... We'll just say a smart device start speaking to me. It thought I said something. I could barely hear it through my in-ear monitors, but... Okay, this is not where I want to be. Look at that snake right there. See, I don't know if he's even still up there, wherever he was. Or is this where he's at? Did we go around him already? I kind of thought he was up there. His stamina is draining, but the photosynthesis thing, I think he... I can't remember if he can regenerate it or not. And for anyone watching, I don't want to spoil it, even though I've seen this before. I've played this before, rather. There's still a degree of figuring it out, because it's been probably like 15 to... Yeah, probably about 15 years since I've played this. Oh, there he is. Okay, we gotta close the gap a little bit. See it there just under the health bars? Dude. The hell? So I don't think the scope will be glistening anymore. Son of a bitch. He gets up way too often. Like, if you're anywhere near walls or trees or whatever, which, like, even this could be close enough sometimes. Dude, what is... Dude, I didn't press anything. I was still holding the stick to move. He's sleeping. He ran away. So now he's going to a new spot. Sokrovieno West. Alright, we gotta find him. So this fight, I will say, is very legendary in gaming. So I mean, I feel like I'm saying that like anyone watching this would already know, but just in that off chance, like this fight is very, very well known. It's hard to imagine, you know, people who are into gaming not knowing about this. We could put that raindrop one on, but I think this is still doing okay. Yeah, and by the way, you can straight up, like, sneak right up on him. But I decided to go for the shots earlier, and it worked out pretty well. So one of the things here is we don't know if he's on this screen or not. There are like 3 screens, I think, that he can be on. If we take a look at the map, is this a new area? It kind of looks like it might be, but maybe not. If it letterboxes, that's how you know, right? Yeah, there's like 3 screens here that he can be on. And it's a matter of finding him before he finds you, obviously. Look at that big old boy. I can't really tell what that is. It's a goat. He's cool.
Snake, your life will naturally recover even if he shoots you with one of those tranquilizer rounds, you'll...
Don't care. I care about the goat, okay? almost messed up. I'm gonna not like this, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna need food here anyway. See the footprints as well. So that's something you could do. If you get to where he's at when he runs away, you could just follow his footprints. And that's why I wanted to try to sneak up on him the first time, but I missed him. I wasn't finding the correct route to get to him. Alright, so the rain is gone. I can see clearly now. But in all seriousness, that should mean his scope is back. It's going to be glistening again. What am I looking at up there? Not him, I don't think, but there's something there. Just a couple birds or something, maybe. I heard that goat. Yeah, it's a goat that I was seeing up here. It was through the grass, so it was a little hard to tell. Where is he? I really messed up by not sneaking up on him that first time. Okay. I'll take... Dude, I pushed away from the cliff. I pushed forward. There's some weird noises there. Okay, let's take a look at the map. Kind of want to go down this way. We'll eat something momentarily, because we're about to be at half stamina. We'll eat some of that goat. Also, did I drop all my rotten food? No.
Hey, this works.
He loves it. I wanted to call her first, but we'll just do it now.
Snake?
Nope, don't care. Tell me the history of goats. That's what I call you for. That's him, isn't it? Is 65 good enough? We're going back into leaf. Yeah. He's facing away. I don't think he's actually facing me. Which is going to be a little helpful. This is so satisfying, though. So I'm doing the creep, where you use the D-pad and you move even slower. That's why my camo is at 75. If I were moving a little bit faster, it'd be at 70. I don't think you'll hear me, but let's just keep going slow. We gotta do this right. Hopefully. Do we have stuns equipped? We do. There's a plant I can take as well. Damn it. Yo, he is a fast motherfucker. Alright, let's take a look at the map. Alright, there's sniping spots all up the way he went, so let's take it slow, because he probably took one of those. I think I see him. No, I saw something. Oh no, I do. I jacked up? I messed up. He's an idiot. He turned away. Yo, he can book it though, can't he? I could have maybe just tried to get a shot on him while he's running. No! Stand up! Got him.
Spirits of the forest, I thank you. The boss would be proud of you. The time has come for a younger generation to rise. I've been wandering for more than a century, and now my journey comes to a close. What a splendid way to end it all. Return to the Forum.
Yeah, see how goofy this is? What's going on? Magic Forest Man dies and then suddenly trees, like roots and stuff, start moving out of your way. Alright, so let's talk about that fight for a minute. As I said, that fight's pretty legendary. There are a bunch of ways you can do that fight. The first is, yesterday, on the last session, I mentioned there was an Easter egg on a screen, and I didn't really call attention to what it was. I just said, hey, try to remember this. If you really noticed, to me it's not that hard to notice, there was a life bar for the inn that popped up on the screen. And just before that screen, we got the Dragunov, so we actually had the a sniper rifle. We could have used that sniper rifle. I mean, I guess we could have probably used anything, but we could have shot the end right then and there and killed him when he was in that wheelchair on that pier before they rolled him inside. And had we done that, he's dead. Like, there is no boss fight. That is a thing a lot of people like to talk about. I've never done that. I've seen it done, but to me it feels wrong. Like, it's obviously part of the game, but to me it feels wrong to just like, hey, we're not going to do that fight. If you're speed running, yeah, you're probably going to do that. I would assume that's part of the route, but the fight is really cool. Like, that is one of my favorite sections of the game, what we just did. So I'm not going to skip that, really, but it's a cool thing. Some people do that. I've heard some people say that they saw the life bar and they just shot him, and they didn't know that there was another fight. Like, that was the way they did it on their first playthrough. So next up, the other way to beat him, I made a little bit of a joke at the start of the fight. I really did have to go to the bathroom. That break and stuff was real. But I meant to do it before we started the fight, and I didn't know I was walking into the fight. And that took a while, so I was like, I'm going to be really uncomfortable doing this fight, like having to go to the bathroom and stuff, so let's take the break. But when I came back, I said, yeah, oh, something came up. We're not going to be able to play this for like another week. It'll be Saturday. And that was the joke, because that's actually one way to beat him. If you save and log off during the fight and come back like a week later, he just dies of old age, and there is no fight. So that's another way to beat him. You just saw the way I beat him. You could be a little more aggressive. You know, you could use your own sniper rifle and go lethal. Really, there's a few ways you could handle it. I mean, everything else is pretty standard as far as I know. There might be another interesting, goofy Easter egg kind of way to do it. But those are the main three routes I know. Like, killing him early, letting him die of old age, or what I did. Lethal or non-lethal version of what I did.
Rendezvous with Eva at the top of the mountains. According to her, the shaft leading to the mountains should be located in the far northeastern corner of the forest. Enter the shaft and head into the mountains. Proceed to the northeast.
Now, we get something for having done that, non-lethal, and I don't know where it's at.
I see you caught a markhor.
Yes.
The markhor is a kind of wild goat that lives in mountainous areas. It's quite large, so I don't think you'll be able to capture one alive, even with the tranquilizer gun.
All right.
Speaking of which, do you know the origin of the name markhor?
No.
It means snake eater in Persian.
Snake eater.
Lost your appetite?
Not at all. It tasted pretty good. I think I'll have it again sometime.
So this is another thing. This game has a lot of contextual dialogue where he actually said, yeah, I already ate it. It tasted good.
If you have any questions about stamina or healing, just ask me. I'll tell you everything you need to know. It'll have to be over the radio, though.
So you won't be able to see me naked then.
I was gonna make a joke about that.
I'm devastated. But I'll bet that 50 years from now, you'll be able to see who you're talking to on the radio.
I'll be retired from active duty by then.
I don't know. Somebody somewhere might just decide to give you a call.
Wouldn't surprise me. Let's both pray that never happens.
You'll get a stomachache if you eat something raw.
I was actually gonna make a joke about him being naked, and it happened.
Keep in mind that every weapon and piece of equipment weighs something. The heavier the equipment you're lugging around.
The tunnel to the mountains is to the northeast. Head that way.
I'm wondering if the reward for the fight is gonna be near the tunnel. It's not here, as far as I can see. What's that noise? It kept happening during the fight, and I thought it was him breathing or something. Why did it... I keep hitting the left trigger, and it's not equipping. Is the goat gonna freak out now? No, it's super docile. Wow. Alright, where are we? The other way. The other northeast. I was going northwest. Yeah, I would say that worked out pretty well. That was a nice fight. It didn't take too long. Okay, there's nothing here, and I don't really want to go out of here until I confirm that I get the thing. I might look up where it's at just to save time. Because it might actually be through there or something. They might have put it in a place where you can't miss it. But I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, let me look up where this thing is at real quick. Just so we save time and we can keep progressing. I typed the name of the weapon. I started typing it, and then the first thing that popped up was, like, location. So, it should be in Socorrovieno North, in the northwest part of the area. That's what it says. So where am I? So somewhere over that way. Oh, there it is. Maybe. Yeah, that's gotta be it. It was probably on screen earlier and someone's screaming at me. Mosin Nagant. Tranquilizer sniper rifle. So that's what you get for beating him non-lethal. So it's actually a sniper that I will use on my playthrough. How about that? Alright, let's put that up. And let's get the M63. And the Mosin Nagant. And the book. And let's talk to Sigint about a few things real quick. We haven't done that in a minute. Publication with adult-oriented material full of girly photos and interesting columns. I thought you could turn pages. I might have messed up. I'm not trying to teabag that, I promise. Controls sometimes.
You're on a solo sneaking mission. You're
Don't care.
You're using a Mosin Nagant?
Yeah, it's what the End was using.
I see. The M1891-30 Mosin Nagant is a real beauty of a bolt-action sniper rifle. It's been in use since World War II. Mosin Nagants are created by selecting the best-made weapons out of the regular M1891-30 rifle production line for their high precision, and upgrading them to sniper rifles. They add an optical sight, make the trigger pull lighter, bend the charging handle underneath, that kind of stuff. The Mosin Nagant has been known far and wide since the war for its superior capabilities. They were so highly valued that a lot of German snipers on the Eastern Front preferred to use captured Mosin Nagants instead of their own rifles. It looks like the N took the one he'd been using since the war and modified it to fire tranquilizer rounds.
Yeah, it's also been fitted with a folding stock and a pistol grip.
Maybe for parachute jumps? Well, I don't know why he did it, but that's the tool of a legendary sniper. It's gotta be a fine piece of work. But remember, the Mosin Nagant is a bolt-action rifle, so you'll have to load a new tranquilizer round into the chamber by hand every time you fire. That means no repeat firing. One shot, one kill.
Knockout. Not kill. Interestingly enough, I didn't know that about the history of the weapon, but that's a lot like how CPUs, like processors and stuff, are made. So if you look at like the Intel series of processors, they always have like the highest tier models of a generation. They have a normal version and they have a K version, you know, like 3770K, or, you know, we're way past that series, but that's just what came to my mind. And the K is the unlocked version. That's the one that's unlocked and ready for overclocking and everything. And in general, I don't think every single processor in the same generation is made from the same die or from like the same process, but a lot of them are. And the thing is, our processes for making chips and stuff like that are actually not that good in some ways. They're not as precise as you would think they are. So what happens is you test it after you make it, and you basically figure out how good is this one. And only the ones that are of the highest quality get to be the unlocked ones that are ready for overclocking and everything. And sometimes the ones that you intended to make as like the highest tier chip, maybe it's just not as good as you wanted it to be, and it goes down like one model or something. Even though they were made to be the same, it's just, we're dealing with things like the transistors are just, you know, a few like 10 or less silicon atoms wide, the gates in the transistors. And because of that, like it's just, we can't be as precise as you think we are. So it's kind of weird though when you think about it. Like, you think computers are so precise, and you know, we're with you know, computers driving everything in the world, you know, at this point. No, it's not as accurate as you think.
I see you got yourself an M63. The M63 is an American-made system weapon.
Yeah, I've heard of it before, but...
But you never got your hands on one. Doesn't surprise me. It's brand new. They only developed it last year. I'm thinking they probably captured some in Southeast Asia and sent them back for research. The term system weapon refers to a design where most of the parts are interchangeable, allowing you to create a lot of different variations from a single original model. Using a set of basic components as the core, you can mix and match parts to create any number of different weapons. It's like a convertible rifle. By switching barrels and magazines around, you can make everything from an assault rifle and a carbine to a light machine gun and even a belt-feeding medium machine gun. Not only does this save the trouble of having to organize a bunch of different weapons on different lines, but it also has the added benefit of cutting down on the amount of training needed for each soldier. Most of the parts are made by presswork and lost wax casting, so they can be manufactured in countries that lack a developed technological base.
Nice touch.
The variation you've got there is the belt-fed light machine gun. It was originally designed for use in squad support missions.
It's a lot lighter than the M60.
Yeah, you won't find a lighter weight light machine gun than that. It ought to be pretty easy to handle in the jungle. Make good use of it.
He says as I put it in my backpack to never take it out again, basically. Alright, let's put a couple things up. I'll keep that out. Just in case. Books aren't heavy, but we'll put it up. I haven't used the D mic, and there are, you know, moments where you might use it for various reasons, but I'll put it up. What about here? I think we're okay leaving this as is. Alright, it's been a little bit since we've talked about movies.
You want to save?
No, I want to talk about movies. Talk about some weeb stuff.
Snake, have you ever seen the Guns of Navarone?
Never.
It's about a mission to blow up the huge guns on the island of Navarone during World War II. 6 men are chosen to participate in the operation, each with his own special ability. They only have until an English destroyer passes by the island to complete their mission. Facing impossible odds, the 6 men have to sneak onto the island from a cliff on the southern shore.
That doesn't sound like something I'd want to watch in my free time.
Maybe not for you, but the Major was absolutely crazy about it.
The Major?
He told me to tell you how great it was.
Tell him I'll go see it as soon as I get back to the States.
Do you want to tell him yourself?
No, let's save that for later. I'd better get back to the mission.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let us progress. Just go up this way and circle around. Goat still hanging out? What's up, bro? What's up, dude? He's just chilling. He's a friend. We like him. How's my ammo? 26? It's okay. We'll shake some dudes down. We'll get some ammo. Alright, let's get everybody's life story again. New screen, new life story.
Snake, the ladder at the end of that shaft should take you up into the mountains. Proceed to the back and climb the ladder. Snake?
You can capture animals up.
You can take off your...
So... Well, I'll talk about it in a moment.
Good. You're in the tunnel. The ladder at the end of the tunnel will take you up into the mountains. Head down the tunnel and climb up the ladder.
So there's a conversation I was kind of expecting to happen, and I don't know why I haven't been able to get it yet. We're just casually accepting that all these dudes blow up, and I'm pretty sure I know who does it, and I thought it could happen right after we fought the pain. I was expecting it then. What's going on, One Man Wolfpack? It is not, but it's been like 15 years. Gotta love the timing on that. It's good. Why am I playing? Because well, it's been a long time since I played this. I decided I wanted to replay the whole Metal Gear Solid series. And this is part of it. So, we're here.
Pretty tasty.
We'll just have a ration. Yeah, we'll just have a ration. Top off. That's the infamous ladder. That's another classic thing. Alright, let's see what works here. This is the first time we're in a very different type of area. That's not bad. 80% while moving. Don't even need spider. Yeah, the more complete answer though, I mean, I was wanting to replay Metal Gear Solid 5 a lot, and the thought of doing that, it actually made me want to replay the whole series. This is probably my least favorite of the series though, but I am enjoying replaying it now. It's been so long. A snake. It's a new type of snake.
Snake, the altitude in those mountains is pretty high.
Stamina.
That means the oxygen concentration in the air is lower than normal. When there's less oxygen in the air, naturally you'll be breathing less oxygen as well, and the oxygen content of your blood will go down. In other words, you run the risk of becoming hypoxic. Hypoxia is a very serious condition. In the worst cases, it can lead to pulmonary and cerebral edema. I don't think you need to worry right now, but all the same, be careful.
So, what do I need to be careful about?
In high altitude areas, you will tire quicker than normal.
Ah, okay.
Snake, climbing uphill takes a lot of stamina as it is, but on top of that, the air up there is thinner than normal. You're burning through stamina a lot faster now than ever before. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. Be sure to eat something to restore your stamina before you run out. Snake, watch out. That area is home to the Emperor Scorpion. The Emperor Scorpion is said to be the largest scorpion in the world. Its venom is a potent neurotoxin, so take care that you don't get stung. If you do get stung, go into the survival viewer and use Cure to inject yourself with serum right away.
Okay. So how's it taste?
Not very good, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Don't get so discouraged. There are other ways to use it besides eating it, right?
Yeah, throw it at someone.
Like what?
Like catching one alive with a tranquilizer gun and throwing it at the enemy?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if you even remember that you were on a mission.
Well, this man's on a mission for food.
When you get shot with an arrow...
Don't care.
Looks like you got your face painted in desert color. Desert is a brown-colored face paint used for operations in mountainous terrain as well. It should let you blend in well in mountain and desert environments.
Yeah, it's working out. Major Zero, what's up?
You found your way to the mountains, I see. There's an underground tunnel near the top. You can use it to sneak into Groznyj. But Eva said the door to the tunnel is sealed off.
Yeah, she's supposed to bring me the key.
First, rendezvous with Eva and get the key from her. The rendezvous point is in the ruins at the summit. The summit is still further up the mountain. Keep heading up towards the summit. Snake, watch out for enemy soldiers carrying RPG-7s. A full-on rocket blast is not something you can just walk away from. However, it takes some time to reload a rocket launcher. Use that opening to your advantage. Snake, camouflage uniforms alone are not enough.
Ah, it's too basic. Alright. Eva?
You made it to the mountains. Those mountains are known as Groznyj. The name means the Red Mountain Ridge in Russian. The entire range has been fortified to act as a defense for the great fortress of Groznyj Grad. The area near the top has been dug with bunkers and trenches, and there are anti-aircraft gun emplacements everywhere. It's literally an impenetrable wall. Proceed with caution. Oh, there's a provision storehouse in the hillside area, and there's an armory at the summit. I'll meet you in the ruins at the top of the mountains. The summit is still a ways up. Keep going forward.
Alright, so provisions and armory.
Eva, how are things on your end? Are you going to be able to make it?
I'm fine. I managed to slip out okay, though I did run into a few snags.
Is there a problem?
I took a little detour on my way here.
Detour?
Yeah, I thought since you went to all this trouble to meet me, I should give you a present.
A present? What is it?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
It's a secret. You'll find out when you get here. You must be worn out from all that mountain climbing. There's a provision storehouse at the back of the hillside area. Why don't you go stock up on rations?
Alright, anything else?
I'll meet you in the ruins at the...
Nah. Alright. So which one do I think is the best Metal Gear Solid? Best is a subjective term. You know, well, I think, you know, what do I like the most is what I'd rather say than what I think is the best. What I like the most is probably Metal Gear Solid 2. But Metal Gear Solid 4 is way up there for me as well. But again, I think in terms of gameplay, for me, Metal Gear Solid 5 has the best gameplay. It's just the most refined gameplay. But my favorite, just in terms of like everything put together, is probably got to be 2, I think. But it is a tough call between that and 4. Damn it. Can't aim down. As long as I hit him, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's your favorite as well? That's awesome. I mean, my thing for me was the way the story unfolded with everything about the Patriots and all that. That just really, like, that's stuff that has always been extremely interesting to me. It's just, like, perfect for me. Who? Where? Oh, this guy. How do I get up there? Is like a place to drop off or something? Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't.
Something there.
Nope. What?
Who's that? What's wrong?
There we go. Had to just unload a little bit there. Come on, give me more suppressors and Mark 22. There we go. At least the ammo. Yeah, there's so many Easter eggs that it's hard to really go for all of them. And I do like... I like getting all the lore and stuff, but I don't always like going for every Easter egg, because I feel like some of them take away a little bit too much from the game. They're better for, like, a repeated playthrough, and I want this to stand as, like, its own thing. I want this to be, like, a first kind of... mostly a first playthrough experience. Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here? I've done it way too many times, that's why. When I get in the, like, in the right pocket with my voice, it works out pretty well. I used to do the Hudson River one a lot. The Hudson River, 2 years ago. So I think we already got the call about the Hind before, but I think you could also get that call here where they say, like, let's call it a Hind. Come on, suppressor. Nope. Alright, let's call some people up real quick.
If the enemies in that area catch sight of you, they'll call in for support from the Hind. The Hind's armor is impenetrable to normal fire, such as rifle bullets. But if you take over one of the anti-aircraft guns placed throughout the mountains, you should be able to take it off. What else could you use against a Hind? Well, I suppose a rocket launcher might do the trick. If the enemies in that area...
I see you've captured a white-rumped vulture. The white-rumped vulture is a type of vulture found in India. Its diet consists mostly of dead animal carcasses. I don't think it'll attack you, but it's a fairly large bird of prey, so you probably won't be able to capture it alive using the tranquilizer gun.
Got it.
But there is something here that's bothering me.
What is it?
They say the white-rumped vulture doesn't just eat animal carcasses. It eats human ones as well.
Is that so?
Yeah. So then if a person eats a white-rumped vulture, does that mean he's eating human meat too? What do you think?
Stop it already. You're gonna make me lose my appetite.
That area is home to the Thai cobra. The Thai cobra is a large venomous snake that carries an extremely potent neurotoxin. Be careful not to get bitten. If you do get
I'm pretty
bitten,
sure we've
go
heard
into
this
the
one
surviv-
a long time ago, right after the cave where the pain was at.
The Hind is armed with a 12.7mm machine gun on the nose and rocket pods and anti-tank missiles on the stub wing hardpoints. Normally, you'd be crazy to try and fight it on foot. If it starts attacking with the machine gun or the rockets, take cover behind something as fast as you can. As for the missiles, you should be able to knock out their guidance system by using a chaff grenade to block the radio signal. Your assault rifle won't penetrate the Hind's armor. If you don't use a rocket launcher or something with similar firepower, you won't be able to take it down. If you can take over one of the anti-aircraft guns in the mountains, you'll be more than a match for that Hind.
Otacon, this is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh? That was for chat there.
The Hind is a transport attack chopper that can carry personnel. It might drop some troops on you. Don't get caught off guard.
Stay alert. Volgan has sent out attack choppers to stop you. You saw them at the heliport, didn't you? They're probably already patrolling the area. If you get spotted by the enemy, you'll be dealing with that thing.
Just my luck. I don't have any weapons that'll work against them.
There should be an RPG-7 in a bunker in the hillside.
A portable rocket launcher, huh? That should be enough to swat bothersome flies.
You could also try using an anti-aircraft gun. You can take over an anti-aircraft gun by pressing the action button when you're near it.
I wonder if that's a Metal Gear Solid reference, when Liquid says, I'm going to go swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
Eva, is that attack chopper the escape route you were talking about?
No, that thing doesn't have enough range for us to escape in.
So what are we going to use?
Something you've never been in before.
Something I've never been in.
That's right. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. You must be worn out from all
Alright, you said that already, so let's go. Let's push on now. I'm gonna let him pass before I move. Not sure how much it matters with the camo, but I'd rather just be safe. Alright, where is this gonna take me? Is there a... oh, it's a snack. We got medicine. Styptic. Alright, so there's nothing else over this way, so head up here. I'm gonna keep going slow. It's one of those things where going slow now just, it pays off. Less likely to get spotted. No annoying alerts to deal with. You know, assuming I do it right. Hey, Mr. Vulture. I got like right up on that dude. I think let's mount that turret there. We're not going to shoot the chopper down, but I just want to see what Sigint might say about it.
Snake, you see that anti-aircraft gun?
Bruh, I'm in it.
That's a ZU-23, a light towable anti-aircraft gun that the Soviets started producing in 1957. It was designed for deployment in airborne units and motorized rifle divisions without their own self-propelled anti-air guns. It's got two 23mm air-cooled automatic cannons with a firing rate of 800 rounds per minute. They usually take a 6-man crew to operate, but you ought to be able to handle one by yourself. In addition to shooting at low-flying aircraft, you can also use them as machine guns to target light-armored land vehicles. I imagine they'd be more than a match for that new attack chopper of theirs, too. You can take over an anti-aircraft gun the same way you take over a gun emplacement. Stand next to it and press the action button. Use the weapon button to fire. Press the aim button to focus in on a target. Just remember that they've got limited ammo. Also, don't forget, you can't move around while you're using an emplacement. If the enemy's getting too close for comfort, press the action button to ditch it. Pronto.
I like how it's, you know, it needs a 6-man crew, but you could do it yourself. But I just had the idea, I think it'd be really cool to see a game. I mean, there are games that do. I think it'd be cool to see more games where they actually made them use an entire crew to operate something like that. So you look at a game like Arma, that would be... A game like Arma would be a good example where you do have full crews manning like a tank or whatever, where you have a, you know, a driver, you have someone that's gunning, you might have someone that's just like spotting. I'd love to see that in some more traditional type games that aren't necessarily like simulator type games like Arma. Be pretty cool. What does the normal map look like right here? That's not too bad. What we would have had in the non-subsistence version. Oh, that's actually really helpful right now. Bro, you ain't seeing ish. 80% camo up in here. What kind of medicine do we have here? I don't know what that is, but I want to find out. Oh, don't need it. I'm not... Oh. That's a dude. When did I play Metal Gear Solid 2 for the first time? When it first came out. I was a big fan of Metal Gear Solid when it came out. And I didn't have a PlayStation 2 at the time, but my friend did. And the game had just came out. And I was over at his place for a couple days, and we were gonna rent a game. So it was back in the day, right? We were gonna rent a game. And I was like, dude, get this Metal Gear Solid 2 game. It's gonna be awesome. Metal Gear Solid's great. He had never played the original, so it was very weird for him. Having no context from the original game. So I had to, like, tell him everything. But yeah, I go way back with this series. Yep, 2001. This was 2004. I was a little bit late on Metal Gear Solid 4 because I didn't have a PlayStation 3 at the time, and I wasn't just able to go get one. But once I was able to, like, I bought the PlayStation 3 for Metal Gear Solid 4. That was the primary game that I got it for. That's good enough. It'll knock him out. There's the provisions, I think. I agree. I agree with that statement. I'm not going to say anything about the game right here, because since I'm going through all the games, I'm kind of treating each one as like a non-spoiler run. So even though I've played all of them and stuff, I don't want to go into details about a game that I haven't played on this, like, series of replaying all the games, you know. So I'll still, like, talk all about the ones that we've played here. Okay. Just had to give him some time. I'm still paranoid about... I never know how choppers work in games. Like how sensitive it is to your movement and stuff. RPG 7. We're not gonna use that. That's too lethal for my taste. We'll let the thing go by. So, I did, back in the end of 2020, when I first started streaming on this channel, I did Metal Gear Solid 5, and I had the Infinite Heaven mod on, and actually made things more difficult by, like, increasing the sight range and everything of the guards. And I still had a lot of fun with that. Like, it was a great experience. It didn't feel that different to me in a lot of ways, but I made it where they could see me from further away. But I also, like, reduced their health, I reduced my health, so it was more, like, realistic in that you're not going to take a bunch of shots. You know, you're just going to be able to take a few shots, and then you're done. But same with the enemies, right? But I'm still, you know, trying as much as possible to be non-lethal and to not get spotted by this guy. I thought I had heard another guy up here. Surprised he didn't see anything. Alright, we're gonna blow that thing open. Once this guy flies away, this is going to probably alert somebody at least a little bit. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright, let's cure that. Wrong button. I didn't even notice that guy. I'm not gonna go back and put everybody to sleep again. But someone's gonna hear this, I'm sure.
HQ respond. This is HQ.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anything weird. Did I break caution? No, I didn't. Damn it. But now they're all hungry. We're gonna hear them complain about it every 6 seconds. That barrel, you're gonna be able to push that, aren't you? Like, as much as I don't want to be in caution, the music's so good. I will say, though, my favorite music is definitely going to be Metal Gear Solid 2. The way they did the music in both parts of the game, the tanker and the big shell, they have like 3 separate tracks that are all in sync with each other. So it can smoothly transition between normal, caution, alert. It can very easily transition between them. Actually, I think there's 4, because there's a evasion as well. Oh, we got a frog bro. I'm definitely not going to get them all, but I'll pop one when I see it. Alright, I don't know the route, and I don't know if it's going to change with the caution state. Did you hear that? He's famished. Oh, that guy's hungry too.
This is HQ.
Control here. No problems.
Understood. Resume your patrol.
Famished.
If anything, just shutting them up about how hungry they are is it's a pro. Alright, only like one more shot until the suppressor's dead. So I think that's the armory there, is it not? I saw this guy over, yeah, over this way. That made me a little nervous. There we go. There's a guy up there. I'm pretty sure. Alright, just hit him. Sensitivity's a little weird. They do say what's on their mind, yeah. I still hear the other one walking around. Alright, let's get in here quick. Claymore. Let's set this TNT up. Whoops. No one will notice if there's no one to notice. Mark 22. Big fan of getting that. Because you know I'd be relying on those. Come on. Good. I was a little close. Someone's awake already. The guy down there, yeah. Oh, there's a vent right there. It's pretty cool. I don't really care about the headshot, just knock him back out. I don't want to worry about him. Ah, suppressor, love it. Here's what the game used to look like, by the way, without the free camera. Very different. So that door we just passed down below, I think that's the key we're gonna get from the rendezvous. But as we were already told, we need to go to the summit. We also got the splitter uniform. We'll call Sigint about that at some point.
Well, that was quick.
You look like you could use some rest.
I'll be fine. It's just that playing these two roles hasn't left me much time to sleep.
Where'd you get those cuts?
The Colonel.
He found out?
If he knew, I'd be dead already. No, this is his hobby. He's a sadist. He gets pleasure out of making people suffer. He's scum. Does it look that strange to you?
No. I'm the same way. Scars all over.
Can I see?
No. Where'd you get this one?
I got it after defecting to the Soviet Union.
I don't think so. It's older than that. Code breaking is a desk job. Where'd you get this kind of scar?
You really want to know? Well, too bad. A girl's gotta have some secrets, you know. But enough about that. You've got to get going. The Phase 2 trial of the Shagelhot is about to start, and it looks like someone might be coming to spoil the party.
Khrushchev?
His forces are on their way here. The Colonel is gathering his troops together to meet them. If we don't get a move on, the security will be even tighter than it is now. You'll need this key. It unlocks the door to the underground tunnel. Once you're in there, you can follow the tunnel to get inside Groznyj Grad. And take this too.
What is it?
The food of the future. A well-balanced meal for the space age. It's good to eat some real food once in a while. I'll bet if I kissed you, you'd taste like a wild beast.
Do you know where exactly in Groznyj Grad Sokolov is located?
He's in the heart of the fortress, the weapons lab. The weapons lab is divided into 3 wings. There's the East Wing, which houses the research facilities. Then there's the main wing where the weapons are assembled. That's where the Shagohod is. Finally, there's the West Wing, which is connected via a passageway to the main building. That's where Sokolov is. To get in, you'll have to enter the main wing from the East Wing. Then, go through the passageway on the 2nd floor of the main wing.
The West Wing of the weapons lab. Got it.
There's just one problem.
Not again.
The West Wing is protected by the highest level of security. You need to be Colonel class to get in.
Colonel class?
Here, look at this picture. Major Ivan Rydenovich Rykov. Pretend you're him.
How do I do that?
Steal his clothes. You look similar from behind. They won't know the difference. Your face might be a problem, so you just have to figure something out. He should be somewhere in the East Wing.
All right. But how am I supposed to escape once I get Sokolov out of there? Command said you're supposed to have something ready for me.
And I do. There's a lake 30 miles north of here. I hid a wig there.
A wig?
It's a state-of-the-art ground effect vehicle.
A ground effect vehicle? I can't fly one of those.
That's okay. I happen to be an excellent pilot.
Taking off from a lake is trickier than it looks. It's not like riding a motorcycle. You've got to be more delicate.
Of course I will. You've seen how good I am with the bike, right?
Right. You handle the escape then. I'll head for Groznyj.
Wait a minute. There's something I wanted to ask you.
What?
What's the story between you and the boss?
She was like a mother, and my master.
And your lover?
It went deeper than that.
Deeper?
Half of me belongs to the boss.
Do you love her?
No, nothing like that.
Do you hate her?
Does it have to be one or the other? Love or hate?
Between a man and a woman? You bet.
For 10 years, we lived and died together. You couldn't possibly understand.
And you think you can kill her now? That's your mission, isn't it? Assassinating the boss? Snake? Is there anyone you like? Someone special?
I've never been interested in other people's lives.
You were interested in the boss.
She was different.
Really? How do you feel about me?
I should be asking you the same question.
Me? I can fall in love if it's part of the mission. Even with you. Snake? What's wrong? See you around, Snake. Take care of yourself.
What about you?
I've got to hurry back and play my other part.
Are you going to be okay?
Not sure. They're not stupid and they know there's a spy. There's no way you could have gotten this far all by yourself.
Your titties are still out. He's not happy.
Colonel. Did he talk?
No, he died before I could get it out of him.
Wasn't the spy then?
Look at this.
A transmitter?
Exactly. Planted to keep someone informed of his location.
But does this mean Granin was the spy?
Perhaps he was being used by someone else.
Perhaps. This man was our comrade.
Comrade or not, he's of no use to us now.
I don't approve of your methods.
I don't need your approval. I'm in command here.
And that nuclear shell?
Still feeling sore about that, are you? What are you gonna do? Report it to the authorities? This is war, Major. A Cold War, fought with information and espionage. We must root out spies wherever they hide. It is kill or be killed. Potential threats must be weeded out. Your feelings are a menace to the unity of our organization. Someone is guiding the enemy's hand. A single man can only accomplish so much. Make no mistake, there is a spy among us.
But casting suspicion on our own
The
comrades.
C3 explosives have been stolen.
You think it was the American?
No, he could not have reached this fortress yet.
Then who?
I'd be careful about suspecting your own men.
Boss,
Where have you been?
The fear and the end have fallen.
damn it. CIA dog? That leaves only the Fury. How can the legendary Cobras be beaten so easily?
He's good.
Fallen for him?
Don't worry. I'll take care of him.
What is he after? Must be more than just Sokolov.
America is out to destroy the Shagohod and get its hands on your inheritance. The philosopher's legacy.
Impossible. The legacy,
Then they're out to kill me as well. Colonel, tighten the security on this place. He's coming here, I'm sure of it. I'm gonna get the Davy Crockett.
Perfume. Nice boots. Make sure you polish them up properly.
All right, so a couple things. I was going to mention this, like, I don't know, it's been like 12, 13 minutes ago. They showed a close-up of Eva's boots. And I was going to... And then they had the whole conversation about love and the boss and everything. And it's done in a way that it's like, you see that, but they almost make you forget about it. And Metal Gear Solid is really good at doing that. We've seen that in, you know, both of the previous games. It's really good at showing you a detail and then being like, all right, just put that to the side. I mentioned one of the things they do though in you know, the first two Metal Gear Solid games is they'll tell you a codec frequency and then they'll talk for like 2 more minutes and you have to remember that frequency. And if you don't, it's just like, oops, I don't know how to call them. I forgot. Well, in this game they automatically save it. But I forgot that they just showed the close-up of the boots a second time there, so they're obviously saying, like, this has to be her, right? Why would they show the boots and then show them again, like, hey, they have that same scuff mark. So it seems to be like, okay, yeah, that they look about the same. I mean, they obviously look very, very similar. And so that's, you know, supposed to be like, okay, any suspicion you had should be verified now. I forgot that they showed them in the same scene, but you know, we got that now, so that's good. Pretty good discussion there in terms of how he's approaching this mission, how he's approaching just his life in general, like that discussion about the boss and about love and everything, about how he views other people. You know, she's kind of putting these moves on him and he's not receptive. He's got his own things that he's concerned about and that he's thinking about, and he doesn't seem interested in that, right? So very good character development moment there for him. And Rip Groznyj, it's like you see Volgin just punching the crap out of that barrel, and it's like, oh, Groznyj's in there, he must have found out something. Transmitter's interesting, but in general, like, he helped us out. You know, I mean, I don't know that he's necessarily an ally, but he helped us out, and look what just happened to him. He got messed up. So one more thing. I mentioned this earlier before the end, so it's been a while, but in DSP's playthrough of this, one of my favorite moments, if you watch the This Is How You Don't Plays of it, this is one of the best moments. He gets through that scene, and he hasn't been paying attention. And he's like, oh, you got this key now, right? You can go down through the tunnels and stuff. You know what he does? He fucking runs around up here for like 5 or 10 minutes, like hanging off, like he walks to the edge of the cliff and you'll like hang off and you pull yourself back up. He's like, how do I get down there? And he like jumps off the cliff, like I think more than once, trying to figure out where to go. And then finally, I think he looked it up or his chat or something told him like, dude, you gotta go back down to the other door. It's so good. Such a classic DSP kind of moment. It's still maybe not as good. Like, he wasn't paying attention to what he was supposed to do to his objectives and stuff. Also, if we check the map, doesn't it tell us the destination? It's not in this case, is it? So maybe not. Sometimes you do get destination on the map, but it's maybe not as good as this Bayonetta moment where At the very first gameplay moment of Bayonetta, he ran around in the same courtyard for like 10 minutes, not knowing where to go. He didn't follow the enemy. It showed an enemy jump over a fence, and he didn't follow that enemy. He ran around in circles thinking the game was broken. It's amazing. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom, and we'll come back and get another hour to an hour and a half in before we wrap up here today. So I'll be right back in a few minutes. Alrighty, there's like alarms and stuff going on in the background. Hear it? Alright, let's talk to people. That was a lot of stuff that just happened, so let's talk to people. And then we'll not do the DSP thing. We'll not jump off the cliff. We'll actually go the correct direction, which I think is that door we just passed on the way up here.
You've got the key from Eva. Now use it to enter the underground tunnel. The great fortress of Groznyj is at the end of that tunnel. The door to the underground tunnel is in the summit area. Hurry. It looks like you can get a nice panoramic view of Groznyj from there. Perhaps you should scout it out now while you can. Just don't do anything too conspicuous. Remember that the attack chopper is still on patrol.
Will it actually come up here? I don't think so.
Major, I saw that Tatiana woman again.
We've been analyzing our data, but so far we've been unable to find anyone matching that description. Maybe her posting was so obscure that we simply overlooked it.
It's the boots.
Or maybe she's such a VIP that all the data on her has been classified.
That's a possibility, but I'd be tempted to go with the first explanation. We'll keep going over the data.
Thanks.
So obviously we can't see that from Snake's point of view. He's not going to see the boots there. He was just watching this from afar, catching what he could. But we saw the boots.
Snake, camouflage and face paint.
That's all we need to know, right?
When you get hurt, your body will heal.
Don't care, we know that.
You say Grannon's shoes were rigged with a transmitter? That sounds like something the KGB's been working on lately. It's exactly like you described. A miniature transmitter that's small enough to put in a shoe.
Grannon said he got the shoes from a woman called Tatiana. You think she's a KGB spy?
Could be. Or maybe it's some kind of ploy to throw suspicion on her. Anyway, it's your job to find out.
Good point.
I actually forgot about that line. About where he got them from.
Second,
Yo!
Eva said she set up a ground effect vehicle for us to make our escape.
So I heard. The ground effect vehicle, or WIG, is something like a cross between an airplane and a boat. It uses ground effect to fly. Ground effect basically means that when the craft skims the surface of the ground, the air between the ground and the wing is compressed, which gives the wing an extra boost. From what Western intelligence agencies have been able to gather, the Russians are pretty serious about developing these WIGs. Apparently they're planning on using them for anti-submarine patrols. I guess I can see why. The WIG's long cruising range and high-speed capabilities make it a good choice for that kind of mission. Eva must have gotten her hands on one of the first prototypes while it was being field tested as a transport craft. The WIG has a top speed of over 400 miles per hour, and its range is pretty good too. Not that speed is gonna help you if you've got a supersonic fighter jet on your tail, but if you hug the surface and stay off the radar, you should have no problems getting away. To place a weapon on your person...
Don't care. Too busy polishing them boots, aren't you?
You want to save?
Alrighty.
Hey, Snake, have you seen 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Nope, haven't seen that one.
After a number of battleships mysteriously sink at sea, the American government investigates and finds that the culprit is this pacifistic Captain Nemo. The scene where the giant squid attacks Captain Nemo's submarine, the Nautilus, is breathtaking. The movie was filmed in CinemaScope, and it was great to see it on the big screen.
A giant squid, huh?
What? Don't tell me you think it sounds tasty.
I mean, This man will eat anything. Oh, it's killing the frame rate. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I think it's just baked into the emulation. Whoops, that's not what I want. It's not a bad idea to kind of just poke around a little bit, see what we could see. Can we still see where Brandon was at? Oh, we can straight up see dudes moving. That's awesome. That's a nice touch. That's like Metal Gear Solid 2 stuff. This game is I mean, we're pretty far in, so I think it's safe to, you know, talk about that. This game is very different than Metal Gear Solid 2. We haven't had a lot of interior environments and everything, like the big shell and stuff. Even the tanker, it's interior, you know. We haven't had a lot of stuff like that. The big shell is a nice mixture where you have those like little connecting bridges and stuff. And it gives you those like slight outdoors moments, but not a lot. But there were some cool moments where like two different struts felt connected because like you could go out on the connecting bridge and see a guy on like the heliport of strut E. And then if you shoot him, he's actually like sleeping. Oh yeah, the noodles. What do we have there? Another one of those spiders. Nah, get me away from that. But you'll actually see him on the, have we eaten this? Was told to try the taste. Oh, here we go. Is it gonna get like uglier and uglier? Last time we got one of these, the quality degraded. Yeah, the way those different struts felt connected sometimes. Like you'd shoot the guy from the connecting bridge and then he's still there when you go up to the helipad. I don't think we're gonna get that here. And even still, by the time I would get through the tunnel and stuff, it's not gonna matter. What's down here? A lot of things I don't need. I can't climb up there. That first one seemed to not hit. He has a mask on so he can breathe better. Oh! No, we got a call about that. It's a flamethrower. Not just any mask.
You seen any enemies equipped with flamethrowers? Those flamethrowers are M2s. They were first used in World War II during the invasion of Guam. The M2 uses pressurized nitrogen gas to fire a fuel mixture of napalm and gasoline. It comes in handy for torching places that are tough to secure with conventional firepower, like trenches and bunkers and pillbox enclosures. Watch out though. Get hit by a flamethrower in a narrow spot like a closet or a trench, and it's barbecue time. Don't wander too close to an enemy carrying a flamethrower. If you need to take one out, try sniping from a distance so the flames can't reach you.
What are they doing with American-made flamethrowers anyway?
Well, like a lot of other Western weapons, those M2s were probably jacked for research purposes. But if they're actually using them, man, they must really have it in for you.
What do you mean?
The flamethrower is heavy, short-range, and can only be used for a short period of time. Not only that, but when a flame trooper gets captured, he's almost always put to death. Basically, it's a bad idea all the way around to use flamethrowers unless you're sweeping. And despite all that, they're keeping them at the ready just for you. What do you think of it?
They're out for revenge.
Well, you've killed 3 members of the Cobra unit already, so you can see why Vogan has it in for you.
And napalm is sticky, right? So that stuff, it's gonna stay on you and keep burning. I got you on those drinks, Tusk.
Don't wander too close to an enemy carrying a flamethrower. If you need to take one out, try sniping from a distance so...
Snake, hold on.
What?
Do you know where you're supposed to be going?
Of course I do.
Tell me then.
The tunnel to Groznyj Grad.
And do you know where the entrance to that tunnel is?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's over there.
Over where?
No, I mean it's over here.
Huh.
Was it over that way?
The entrance to the underground tunnel leading to Groznyj Grad is near the center of the summit area. Sokolov is in grave danger. Get a move on.
So it was over there.
Snake, watch out for enemy troops carrying flamethrowers. Under no circumstances should you get close to the flame troops. Either sneak by without being seen, or take them out from a distance.
If you get blasted by a flamethrower, your body will catch on fire. If your body catches on fire, either roll around repeatedly to put it out, or go into the survival viewer and change out of the burning clothes. When you catch fire, you'll get burned unless you put the flames out quickly. So be sure to extinguish the flames right away, okay?
Snake, when your stamina gets low...
I don't care about those. Alright. Anything else?
Snake, there are rats living in that area. The rats in that area are the descendants of wild Norway rats that were domesticated by humans as pets and lab animals. They're not poisonous, and I don't think they'll attack you, but they're quick little creatures, so you might have a hard time catching one. The horse the boss was riding sounds like an Andalusian. Andalusians are from the region of Andalusia in Spain. They're renowned for their beauty, their gentle nature, and their physical prowess.
Yeah, it stepped on my hand.
Just so you know, you can't eat them.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but you were going to.
I was.
Yes. Don't even think about eating a horse. Got it?
Guess I'll have to mark it off the list.
What did you say?
I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
In the immortal words of Dave Mustaine, just because I don't say it don't mean I ain't thinking it.
There should be white-rumped vultures living in that area.
We already talked about them.
The white-rumped vulture is a type of vulture found in India. Its diet consists mostly of dead animal carcasses. I don't think it'll attack you, but it's a fairly large bird of prey, so you probably won't be able to capture it alive using the tranquilizer gun.
Nothing? Yeah.
Do you want to save?
Dang, why you gotta do that, Tusk?
Snake, have you ever seen The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms?
Nope.
It's about this monster that comes to life from deep within a glacier as a result of an H-bomb test in the Arctic. It crosses the ocean and emerges in New York. I especially like the scene where the monster attacks the lighthouse, and the one where it pops out of a valley in Manhattan and makes a big hole in a building. And the last scene on the burning roller coaster was simply incredible. And because I saw it in a drive-in theater, I actually felt like I was a part of the movie. It's funny, isn't it? How you can let yourself get absorbed into these things without thinking even when you know it's not real?
Distinguishing between what's real and what's not isn't always as simple as we think.
Well, don't get too absorbed in your mission. It's important to take a rest every now and then.
That was great timing. I'm over here sneezing. What goofy thing can we do to this guy? Ah, suppressor, yes. Shoot him in the butt. No. Yep.
HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here.
What's going on? There's something wrong. Support unit, confirm their status.
Bro, we went there, everybody was sleeping. I'm afraid they're gonna show up and spot me now.
I think I saw something.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Alright, we're gonna hit this guy in the butt.
What's wrong? It's my imagination.
Nope.
Somebody there.
What's wrong?
God, this is rough. Alright, we got him. That's not going well, though. I need suppressors again at this rate. Yo, we're getting them batteries. Oh, they give me that ointment. It's good, because I got a bit of a rash. Not the suppressor I want, but I'll take it. It was still fun to kick the barrel down, even if it caused problems. You know what? I'm gonna get that. I might as well, because I could just eat a ration and get a new one.
I'm gonna puke.
No, you're not. Ooh, that looks uncomfortable. Ugh. Oh, he dropped that Playboy. I'm just gonna check the armory, but we did blow it up. Oh, that's not the armory. Oh, no, it wasn't. That's it right there. Isn't it? If not, it's fine. We're probably not gonna get anything. Yeah, this is it, I remember. always like doing that. Phantasm. In case I want to do some sniping, right? Alright, I think we're good. Let's get out of here. We still haven't called about the splitter camo that we found a little while ago. Now might be a time to put it on, too. Whoops. Nothing else new, so it's just splitter. And it's really good. Spider's better, but I'm not going to use it for... oh, we never called about Oyama either. Kabuki's female role face paint. You can see it in the background too. It's a little hard to tell here, but when you put on specific camos that are very obvious, you can see that he's actually wearing that on the background here.
Looks like you're wearing the splitter pattern camo. Splitter was used quite a bit in World War II on German aircraft and stuff. The pattern helped mask the plane's attitude and direction in dogfights. Even now, it's still being used as camouflage in some places. It works best when you wear it against a steel or stone background. Snake, what's with that face paint?
It's called Oyama.
Oyama?
Yeah, it's the name of an androgynous Japanese deity.
Are you serious?
That's what I heard.
From who?
Paramedic.
Never mind.
Yeah.
In any case, that face paint doesn't seem to work very well. Your camo index is way down. Unless you want the enemy to see you, I'd change to something else.
Oh. Okay.
Let me guess. You were just getting to like it.
It kinda grew on me.
Fine. Get yourself shot.
To eat food,
I hoped she would say something about it.
you can catch...
Because we know she's a weeb.
Follow that tunnel to the north and you'll come out inside Groznyj Grad. Keep going north.
She's an OG weeb. I mean, I guess it works. 60%. New screen, always love it. Oh, time for me to tap R1 for the next however many minutes. Or right bumper. Just in case there's any hidden ones.
The fury! The flames of my rage will incinerate you. I came back from space.
As I returned, I had one vision. The world set ablaze. And do you know what I saw there? Fury. A great and terrible fury at being alive. Now you're going to feel the scorching heat of that horrible blackness.
Nope, no burn.
The Fury is equipped with a powerful flamethrower. Whatever you do, don't attack him from the front. Get behind him and attack him from there. You'll never get anywhere fumbling around in the dark. You need to be able to see first. Use the night vision goggles. You could also try using a torch or a cigar. The Fury's flamethrower is immensely powerful. Do not, under any circumstances, try to approach him from the front.
Those flames are incredibly intense. If you get blasted at close range, it's likely to result in a severe burn. If you get burned, go into the survival viewer right away and use Cure to treat it. If your body catches on fire, you can put it out by rolling around repeatedly.
Or change clothes.
You can also go into the survival viewer and change out of the burning clothes. So if you catch on fire, take care of it immediately.
But I can only get an erection if I'm on fire.
The Fury is equipped with a powerful flame.
We've heard that. Okay.
Snake, watch out for the Fury's flame attacks.
Wait a minute, let me guess. If I get burned...
Those flames are incredibly intense. If you get blasted at close range, it's likely to result in a severe burn. If you get burned, go into the survival viewer right away and use Cure to treat it.
You can't fight if you can't see in front of your face. You need to be able to rely on your vision. You can try the night vision goggles, but keep an eye on the batteries. Don't look straight at the Fury's flames when you're wearing the night vision goggles, though, or you'll be blinded by the after image for a while. If he fires the flamethrower, either look away or take off the goggles. If the batteries in the night vision goggles are used up, you can use a cigar or a torch for light. But if you try and get close to him with the light on, he'll know you're there. Keep that in mind. That's not an ordinary flamethrower the Fury's using. Normally, flamethrowers use a mixture of napalm and gasoline for fuel. But from what I hear, that guy is using liquid rocket fuel. I'm guessing it's probably a mixture of UDHM, unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine, and NTO, nitrogen tetroxide. I'm sure you've seen how potent that stuff is. The Fury's flamethrower is one hell of a weapon. Any frontal attack you make is just gonna get swatted down by the flames. You've gotta circle around him and attack from behind or from the side. The Fury is wearing a special flame-proof outfit made from a spacesuit. If it's tough enough to stand up to those flames he's belching out, grenades and white phosphorus grenades aren't even gonna make a dent. Of course, if you manage to tear through that suit, then it's a different story. If you use a knife and engage him at close range, you should be able to rip right through that flame-proof suit of his. To get close enough to use your knife, try stalking up from behind him. But you've got more to worry about than not making noise. Any light you're carrying, like a cigar or a torch, will give you away. So when you're creeping up on him, unequip your cigar or torch. The Fury's flamethrower is one hell of a weapon.
Right,
Any
I think he's
frontal
repeating
attack
now.
you make is just gonna get swatted down by the flames. You gotta circle around him.
Anything from Eva? Nope, we're not gonna save right now, so we're good. He's walking this way. Can this work? Oh! Dude, why did you... Oh my god. Why'd you put the damn Wrong weapon on. It's done that twice on me now. I don't even want it equipped. Sometimes he puts it on in a movie. Maybe that'll lure him this way.
Where are you?
Oh, is that him? Suppressor on. Yep.
Quit fooling around! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition! Fire!
Oh, shit. Ow. I'm trying. Quick before I die. Alright. Let's gear up a little bit. How do we do this? Backpack.
Sure is dull.
Where is he?
My suit's been ripped!
Ah, I was gonna try and just bum rush him. Nope. This might be my death. That was a good one.
Snake, answer me. Snake. Snake.
That was a good death right there. It went from Snake is dead to time paradox. Get rid of that damn M1911. M1911 is a fine real weapon, sure, but I don't want to hear. But let's see if there's anything better for camo. Only spider. I really don't want him looking like that for the movie after the fight. That's the problem. Sounds like it's on my left. Oh wait, maybe... You know, he's over here.
Damn it!
Alright, let's try to sneak up on him.
Where are you hiding?
What are you talking about?
My flame suit is ripped. Here I come.
Oh, what? Damn it. Okay, no. We gotta cure quick. And we gotta put that life medicine on and try to stay alive. Wait, is it already on? No. That's okay.
Quit fooling around.
Ah, crap. I'll punch you. Oh, you asshat. Oh my god. Alright, let's switch to something else.
Over there.
Bruh. Got him. I hate that fight. Houston, we had a problem.
This is the end of the Cobras. You've got to live on. You're the only one left. I'm off. To join the Sol. Behold, the flames of fury. The fires of hell will purge me clean. I can see it. Mission Control, do you read me? I'm coming home. I see the earth.
Yeah, and you thought Metal Gear Solid 2 was weird. I mean, I've said it a few times, this game is just bizarre.
You defeated the Fury, huh?
Yeah,
That only leaves...
I haven't forgotten.
Good. But your first priority is to get Sokolov out of the fortress.
Right.
The ladder at the end of that underground tunnel should take you up into Groznyj. Once the Shagohod is completed, there's no telling how long they'll let Sokolov live. You've got to hurry. The other side of that door is blocked by rubble as a result of the Fury's explosion.
No going back.
You won't be able to open it. Forget about it and continue your mission.
Major, why do they keep
There
exploding?
we go.
It's part of their legend.
Legend?
The legend of the Cobra unit. I'll let Sigint explain. Sigint?
Yeah, that's a microbomb.
A microbomb?
Yep. During World War II, the Cobra unit was used for the nastiest kinds of wet works, the kind that could never be let out into the open. Their missions were so top secret that not only were they forbidden to be taken prisoner, they couldn't even leave their corpse behind. Because of this, or so the legend goes, they carried a microbomb with them on their missions in case they needed to commit suicide. I always thought it was just a rumor. I never expected it would turn out to be true. But why would they be carrying bombs this time around? It's not like they're in hostile territory.
Maybe they're ready to die.
Ready to die?
Yeah. They've got no unit to go back to. Not even a country.
So they've got no place to die except the battlefield, huh?
Yeah. No turning back for them. I wonder if the boss feels the same.
Your actions can lower your stamina. The more demanding...
Yeah, I don't care about that one. So yeah, that's what I've been trying to get since the pain. And I was reading something a while back on a wiki page that said there's two different dialogues. We got the second one. Why do they keep exploding? Apparently, if you get that call right after the pain, it just says, why did he explode? Like it's a different dialogue.
Some types of food...
Don't care.
Got some life medicine, huh?
Yeah.
Life medicine is
a drug recently developed by the Soviet Union for use in battle. The components are still a mystery, but it seems to activate the body's regenerative processes and makes injuries heal faster.
Well,
open the window and press the enter button to instantly replenish your life. Useful, huh? Huh? What's wrong, Sigint?
Never mind. Hey, Snake, what's that you're wearing?
It's spider camouflage. It used to belong to the Fear.
Is that right? Well, it's not as good as the stuff the Fear was wearing, but it still seems to have a pretty decent amount of stealth capability. From the looks of it, the wearer uses stamina to power the stealth function. With this thing on, your camo index will stay at a high level no matter where you go. But if you run out of stamina, the stealth function will stop working. Keep that in mind.
Among other things, you don't really want to run out of stamina.
Pattern clothing, face paint, tactical movements. These are the elements of camouflage that will allow you to deceive your enemy.
We're gonna try animals again. I'll save after we get done with the calls, but we're gonna try animals again. Was there anyone else I didn't get a... We got Hornet Stripe. We didn't get animals or fly. He didn't seem to want to talk about them.
The camo index. So you've got your uniform and your face paint, but that'll... Tree bark is a... Covering your body. In addition to AKs, some of the...
We've heard about those. Alright, I give up. We're good. I guess let's put Splitter back on. That gets us to 40 right now, and this will get us up to 80. It's wild. Yeah, we don't want to lose the stamina for it. Hey. Alright, what's gonna spoil, if anything? We'll eat the false mango.
Hey, this works.
Yeah, that fight is rough. Alright, one more call here. Fire. That looks like it work on bricks and stuff, kind of.
Snake, what's that you're wearing now?
It's fire camouflage. The Fury had it on him.
That camouflage seems to have fire-resistant properties. When you wear it, you'll only take half damage from flames and explosions. You won't ever get burned, either. Sounds like something the Fury would use, all right.
And before I save, I'm going to switch back because I don't necessarily want it equipped. I want to go with the Splitter while we're in here. And if I have to load back, I won't have to worry about switching it.
Saving the game, Snake?
Yep. We're going to wrap up kind of soon. I was thinking about where I want to end. And I think it might just be pretty soon, honestly. Without, you know, talking about anything in the future, without spoiling anything. I'm thinking about how events are going to play out and what might be a good spot to end. I think now might be a decent
Snake,
time.
have
Here in
you
a
seen
couple
The
minutes.
Magnificent Seven?
Sorry.
It's a remake of the Japanese classic The Seven Samurai, only in a Western setting. This tiny Mexican village is attacked every year by bandits. Finally, the village elder can't stand it any longer and decides to hire someone to protect the village. 7 gunmen respond to the call. They teach the villagers how to shoot and prepare for the oncoming attack. But then, the enemy shows up at the village with a huge band.
Then what happens?
You'll just have to see it for yourself. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh.
Movies are only fun when you actually watch them. There's something you have to experience for yourself.
We'll give it just a few more minutes here. We're pretty close. The stream right now is 3 hours, 50 minutes, and 46. Video is 3:35:17. Yes. Yes. So some of those boss fights actually do make sense to keep the suppressor on. You know, like the Ocelot one doesn't really, because you're going toe to toe. Wait, did I pick up that rat? Yeah, I did. The Ocelot one doesn't. The Pain, not so much. The Fury, not so much. Or, not Fury, the Fear, not so much. The End, definitely, and the Fury, definitely, because there's a bit of a stealth component to both of those. Definitely to the End. Groznyj Grad, southwest. It's cold. Guess we are high up. Oh yeah. Metal Gear. No, not no.
Metal Gear.
It's the way that he, like, looked over. It looked like he was about to find... Don't put that damn thing on. It looked like, you know, when you walk into the hangar in Metal Gear Solid, or even when you walk into the holds with Ray. All right, let's call people, and then let's go ahead and wrap up, and then it'll be for the next time. We'll try to. We'll see how it works, but we'll try to beat the game on the next session. I think it's doable. We'll see. And this will be a fun place to start up with Groznyj Grad. So let's talk to everybody first and just get their thoughts on it.
Good. You've finally made it inside Groznyj Grad.
Finally.
Stay alert. This is the enemy's main base. The security here is on a scale you haven't encountered yet.
No kidding.
Your objective is the weapons lab. It's the giant building in the center of the fortress. Sokolov is in the west wing of that building. To get into the area where Sokolov is imprisoned, you'll need to find Major Rykov, steal his clothes, and disguise yourself as him. Rykov is supposed to be in the east wing of the weapons lab. Start out by sneaking into the east wing of the weapons lab, then neutralize Rykov and take his clothes. The weapons lab is to the northeast of the area you're in now. Head northeast. To get into the area where Sokolov is imprisoned, you'll need to find Major Rykov, steal his clothes, and disguise yourself as him. Rykov is supposed to be in the east wing of the weapons lab. Start out by sneaking into the east wing of the weapons lab, then neutralize Rykov and take his clothes. The weapons lab is to the northeast of the area you're in now. Head northeast. What a strange coincidence, though.
Coincidence?
Well, Rykov's full name is Ivan Rydenovich Rykov.
And?
Ivan is the Russian equivalent of John, and a common nickname for John is Jack. You know, in Russian folklore, the youngest son in a family often receives the shabbiest treatment, but is actually cleverer than his brothers, and has the happiest ending of all. That son is usually named Ivan.
I don't have any brothers.
Really? I could have sworn you had several.
What?
Okay.
Snake, in order to carry out the mission without being spotted, you must learn to detect an approaching enemy well ahead of time. Press the first-person view button.
Yeah, we don't care about that. All right, paramedic.
Cuts happen when you get slashed with a knife or other sharp object.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Cut, your max. Treating serious wounds will require you to use additional medical items besides your knife and cigar.
Nah,
That's why it's...
no, fuck that. I'm a real man. I treat everything with knives and cigars. Can't tell me what to do.
Squares is a mountain camo that's basically a bunch of square patterns. It might look conspicuous at first glance, but it actually blurs the contours of the person wearing it and makes them more difficult to pick out. It should give you a low profile against reddish backgrounds like bricks and rusty metal.
Probably nothing else.
Keep in mind that every weapon...
Yeah. I like that we're getting repeats, though.
Eva,
Snake?
You're all right.
Were you worried about me?
Yeah, I can't continue my mission without your help.
I'm touched by your honesty. Don't concern yourself with me. I'm doing just fine. But
What?
thanks anyway.
Sure.
Okay, back to the mission. The security in the West Wing where Sokolov is being held is extremely tight. The only ones who are cleared to enter the West Wing are those with Colonel-class authorization. One of those people is Major Rykov. To get into the West Wing, you could disguise yourself as Rykov. First, you'll have to take Rykov out and steal his uniform. He's in the East Wing of the weapons lab in the center of Groznyj Grad. The East Wing is northeast of your current location. Head northeast.
All right, but why?
Huh?
Why do I have to steal Rykov's clothes from him? What about that scientist outfit?
That's not going to work this time around. Rykov's uniform is a special type that only he wears. You'll have to get it directly from him. Normally, I'm pretty good at getting men to take off their clothes, but it won't work on him. You, on the other hand, might have a better chance with him.
What's that supposed to mean?
What indeed? Anyway, the only way to get Rykov's uniform is to take him out and steal it yourself. He's somewhere in the East Wing.
Snake. She means that he prefers sausage.
Eva, about this Major Rykov.
Yes?
You said he had Colonel-class authorization, right?
Right.
But his rank is Major, so how can he have Colonel-class authorization?
Rykov is treated as an officer of equal rank with Colonel Volgin.
Treated as the same rank?
Yeah.
Even though he's a Major?
Right.
Why?
You don't know?
No.
Even after seeing that photo?
Nope.
Has anyone ever told you you're a bit slow?
What are you talking about?
I'll leave you to think about it.
Wait a minute.
Gotta go.
Yeah, the photo of the two of them together.
The security in the West Wing where Sokolov is being held is extremely tight. The only ones who are cleared to enter the West Wing are those with Colonel-class authorization. One of those people is Major Rykov. To get into the West Wing, you could disguise yourself as Rykov. First, you'll have to take Rykov out and steal his uniform. He's in the East Wing of the weapons lab in the center of Groznyj Grad. The East Wing is northeast of your current location. Head northeast.
Alright, it seems like we're about done.
The security in the West Wing...
Alright, let us save.
Saving the game, Snake?
We're at 3:59:46 on the stream. Perfect. If I'm going for 4 hours. The recording's a bit behind because of the BRBs and stuff. You know, little breaks and the starting soon at the beginning, but it's not bad. 3:44:28. And we'll see what she wants to talk about, then we'll be done.
Hey, Snake, have you ever seen My Mother Was a Teenage Spider Queen from Mars?
I can't say that I have.
Neither have I.
What? That was the quickest one ever. What? Before I actually do an outro and stuff, though, I've just made a decision moments ago. Normally on Monday and Wednesday I do coding streams. I'm going to just not do that one tomorrow, and I'm gonna play this instead. So the idea is, this is normally my Saturday, Sunday daytime time slot, like 10 a.m. time slot for me. And I missed the first session last week, so this would have been the 4th session of Metal Gear Solid 3, but because I couldn't get the game working initially, I missed that Saturday, so this is only the 3rd session, so I'm kind of behind a day. And if we're able to wrap it up tomorrow, then Saturday comes in and I get to go directly into Metal Gear Solid 4, play it 2 days in a row, and I much prefer that over playing it one day and then having to wait almost a week to play it again. So we're going to try to do that. I think hopefully it should work out. We'll see how things go tomorrow night, I guess, right? I do, you know, they're a little bit later on the weekdays because of work. So we'll see how it goes, though. Hopefully, I can wrap things up, put a nice little bow on this game, and then we'll be ready for 4 on Saturday. It'll give me a few days to get set up as well. I don't think I'm going to be playing 4 through the emulator. There is a patch that should make it stable, but I need to go check my mail. I should have a splitter in that actually will work, so I'll need to get that splitter set up and test it out ahead of time. But yeah, I think we are good. So just double checking my brain to see if I have anything else I wanted to say. Nope. So then, thank you to anyone who showed up today, whether you were lurking or chatting. I really appreciate it. I think we got some good progress here, and if you're interested in Metal Gear Solid, I'm replaying all the Metal Gear Solid games. I might even do Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, but I haven't decided yet. I also have a lot of other things going on concurrently. I'm playing Caves of Cud, Dwarf Fortress, and I do Genshin Impact Sunday nights, so I'll be back in about 4 hours for Genshin Impact. I also do coding streams, as I mentioned, but we'll call one of those off and we'll try to play this tomorrow and see how that goes. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, definitely hit that follow button. Come hang out. It's a good time, I promise. You can also head on over to the YouTube channel. These streams go up 2 weeks after they're live here on Twitch. And if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, congrats on being in the future. But while you're over there, I'd appreciate if you could do all the fun YouTube stuff. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. I do read and respond to comments, so I really appreciate them. And lastly, you can follow me on Twitter. I tweet when I go live. I don't do too much else on there, but it is a way to know when I go live. If you want, it's a redundancy layer on top of Twitch. Some people complain that Twitch notifications are not reliable for them or they don't get them at all. If that's the case for you, definitely follow me over there. You can see when I go live, because I very rarely forget to do that. Forget to tweet when I go live. So I think that's it. As for just like progress or whatever today, I think it's pretty good. I would have hoped to yesterday. I would have liked to have been done with the Fear, and it wasn't very far into the stream today. Maybe even the end. And I looked. What were we at? Like, we were over an hour, I think. It was like an hour and a half into the stream when we got done with the end. So that would have been a pretty big overtime yesterday to get there. But things were moving a bit slow. I feel like the pace today was pretty good. We got a lot of codec calls, but I mean, what did we do? We got through the Fear. We got through the end. I might have been saying Pain a minute ago. I don't even know. Their names are all very similar, and it's easy to mix them up. I know who they are, but sometimes it can be easy to say the wrong one. We got through the Fear. We got through the end. We did the whole mountain climb thing. We got through the Fury. I feel like I'm missing something else big that happened. I don't know. But there's really a lot of like exploration and stuff that went on. A lot of creeping and all that. We only had like one alert, I think. Like one real alert, maybe 2. So I think we did pretty well overall. Can't really complain about that. And got a decent bit of story progress to go along with it. To go along with the bosses. And it looks like, you know, things are getting pretty intense. We're about to sneak into Groznyj Grad, disguise ourselves as this totally not Raiden-inspired guy named Raidenovich, right? Totally not Raiden-inspired, but we're going to disguise ourselves as Rykov and see where things go from there. Should be a good time. So, with that said, until next time, have a good day, have a good night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Take it easy.
Stretcher.